Alrighty, gamers, here we are once again, Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m. CEST, and it's time to play and or watch some good-ass Guilty Gear Strive. So you are now watching Bounty Hunters, a first to 7 show match event for players of all skill levels and theoretically for all all regions as well. My name is kyuukei and I'll be commentating you through today's action-packed card with none other than Space Dust from the Portuguese FGC.
Hello everyone, always a pleasure to be here.
Yee. Another week with 7 matchups, a lot of newcomers as well. Seems to be the trend as of late. We got a lot of players wanting to try their hands in the Bounty Hunters matches, and these, even though these are new faces, these are definitely not rookies. As can, for example, be said about our duo of Swiss participant, out of which Le Tiger, being the first one on our first matchup of the evening, a Goatless player against somebody you might know from various different characters, is Gamma, Bridget, trying their hand. Basically, well, I shouldn't say trying their hand, but this seems to be like a more permanent character switch, and Gamma has been on the grind with Bridget. And in my head, Gamma has definitely reached a stage where they got the basics down to a T, and they have been able to sort of let their high-level aura, their own magic touch, if you will, sort of melt into the character, and now we're kind of on the stage of fine-tuning and matchup knowledge acquisition, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing that I'm observing is that Gamma spent a while just kind of hopping between a lot of characters, and I don't know if that was maybe some sort of character crisis or was just trying to try out different things and see if something suited them better. But I think the way they've just stuck to Bridget as of late seems to indicate that maybe they've found a character they're comfortable with and they're enjoying. They've obviously playing quite a bit, so I'm interested to see what they bring to the table with her.
Alright, trying to get a hold of the Tiger. They are online, so looking promising on that end. But yeah, I think is this our 2 first Swiss participants on Bounty Hunters? We also have on the last matchup of the card JTT. Like I said, both these players are very... I haven't seen them play, but they're looking very strong. Looking at their results on the paper, and I feel like it's always Switzerland is that place where you don't have a lot of, like, you don't see a lot of people, a lot of competitors from, but when you see a competitor from Switzerland, it's, you know, oh boy, it's gonna be somebody who's pretty strong at Guilty Gear.
I'm actually not super familiar with the scene. I've never seen a lot of Swiss players show up and do much. So I'm actually very interested in seeing what their scene has to offer.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't judge a scene by its size. I mean, our own Finnish, or like personally for me, the Finnish fighting game community, relatively small, but you know, sort of has the spirit and is fairly potent for how small it is. And I guess if you compare it to like how many people we have in general in Finland, it's surprisingly large comparatively, the size of FGC that we have. So you definitely shouldn't judge an FGC by its, you know, size.
Yeah, the Finnish scene is really nice, and I think, you know, everyone I've met being so friendly is probably plays into how it's been able to grow the way it has. And been allowed to get big and have so much support. I mean, you have even major tournaments, even if they're together with other LAN parties sometimes, it's still really cool to see those big events happening over there. And, you know, one day, hopefully, I'm gonna get to be there for one of them. I'd love to visit you all over there.
Hell yeah. Would definitely love to travel a little bit more myself as well. There are some decent events happening all over Europe.
Well, a couple weeks ago we had VS Fighting in the UK, which was a shame that I actually was at the UK, but wasn't able to attend that. I ended up being able to go to a local there and meeting a lot of people from ZBI, but would have enjoyed to be able to make it to VS Fighting. A lot of big names there, even from NA we had Punk coming through, which was.
But yeah,
I think the Discord stream isn't caught up. It's frozen. Oh no, it's back.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because we had some technical difficulties earlier. I think if I, tap out of my stream, it's not gonna show for you. So I guess I gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah, there's just some weird things going on with Guilty Gear Strive today. I'm trying to fix the issues by validating my game files.
But anyway, LeTiger, Gamma on the way. I wonder if this is one of the difficult matchups for GoldLewis. When you have a character who can sort of effectively zone him out and take advantage of his, mobility issues. Oh yeah, I remember from last week.
Last week the discovery that Gamma had of using that Roger projectile super to get rid of the drone. And also, we saw another thing of LeTiger there being hyper aware of Gamma trying to go for the strike throw mix up with a command grab and just using 2P to stuff it out. Unfortunately, though, for LeTiger, even if the awareness is on point, Gamma still manages to get the first round through.
Now, this is definitely a position where you can threaten a checkmate, getting those pressure resets in.
Oh, DP finds its way through. Also, the names on the screen seem to be the wrong way around, unfortunately.
I'll spot them in a sec, because if I tab out, you will lose the feed.
But yeah. Gamma had been forced to the corner there, forced to hold back on the drone. Tiger managing to come out with a jump dust and a really solid 2P. Now just controlling the space with the drone, advancing behind it and pushing through. Trying to force Gamma to take any amount of chip damage, but the jump dust just finds it.
Now, despite the amount of firepower that GoldLewis has, you have to fight for that position for so long. These rounds are probably gonna draw out quite a bit if it's, unless
really solid IB from LeTiger, but unfortunately Gamma just keeps going, keeps swinging, and putting LeTiger in the corner. Manages to escape with another well-placed jump dust.
Ooh, nice! Yeah. Escape from the corner using the yo-yo.
Gamma's use of Bridges mobility in general has been super sick. They just seem to have such comfort already in the way that she can move and the options that she has, because she has quite a few options, between obviously being able to air dash and double jump.
Ooh, the preemptive cuffing smash! And that's gonna be the roll. What a prediction!
Yeah, being able to convert off it with the RC. Really sick.
Alright, LeTiger putting one on the table, starting already slightly different than last week. Oh wow, just wants to keep the momentum. Immediate burst against Gamma's DP.
And what better way to greet, not greet, but Gamma's a very recurring character in Bounty Hunters, and what better way to let them know where they are than to have 2 weeks in a row where they're playing against GoldLewis.
An interesting thing, this is already looking very different from last week. That goes to show how much, character, how much of your own touch you can embed into the character depending on the player.
I wonder if the Tiger, ended up going and watching any of last week's set and trying to get some information off of that. I think that, that would have been a really smart way to do, just preparing specifically for the ways that Gamma has ready to deal with Gold Lewis.
Yeah, that is of course always an option, depending on how much time you want to spend on researching your opponent. Oh, again, attempting.
Unfortunate burst. This time Gamma gets the command grab through, tries to go for the close slash, gets it backdash, and now.
But you can really tell how, Le Tiger's burst game plan will go. If you get your position to sort of checkmate, you need to use all the resources you can to try to keep Gamma in that position locked down. Sort of taking advantage of your one chance.
Considering how Bridget is that character that forces Gamma, or forces Gold Lewis, sorry, the G names. No, considering Bridget is a character that forces Gold Lewis to work so much harder for that advantageous position. Obviously, if Gold Lewis is swinging his coffin next to you, being able to do Oki with the drone freely, then he's doing pretty well, but he puts in so much more effort to get there that using your burst aggressively to maintain that position once you get it seems to be just the smartest thing to do. Because yeah, look at that. Gamma can just use that super to destroy your drone.
Yeah, you can only get so much value for bursting Bridget back to neutral, I guess. Now the wall break, Gamma with very massive resource lead. And a quick lob tap, 1, 2, far slash, 5 heavy. Or was that 5 heavy into 5 heavy? Bridget has those special kind of gatlings. I wonder what you should call it. It's like the target combo. I think it's just a special gatling for her that she can, go from 5 heavy into another 5 heavy, or far slash into another far slash.
Yeah, I mean, I've just called them sort of follow-up moves. But they're a lot behind each other on the slash normals. And yeah, once again, Gamma using that aerial teddy bear, as we saw last week, to really just make the most out of airspace. But the Tiger was really ready to test it. Oh, advancing with some blue RC, trying to get in, gets a solid hit, lays down the drone. The Tiger went to bait a potential gold burst, but just stopped blocking a bit too early.
Yeah, there, the story from another point of view, Gamma, of course, how they're gonna use all of their resources. They will spend them to not, give Le Tiger any chance to, touch you on block, if possible, of course. But here's a deal. Bursting on like this kind of distance is not the easiest thing, especially against Gold Lewis. Here comes the command crab. Oh, a nice pickup. Le Tiger forced to burst Gamma back to neutral, otherwise, that could have been a...
Oh, look at that anti-air 2P catching Gamma on the come down from the bear.
I like the patience. Aborted the combo there, gave Gamma like a small option to hang themselves if they want to burst into the bait, but then just proceeded to play it calm and collected and take the throw.
Yeah, but it is, absolutely the smartest thing for Gamma to do here, to just go into the next round with the burst advantage and try to play it out. And, it seems to be working out. Unfortunately, Gamma now gets Aberrant out of the corner. Really solid cross-up with the Typhoon there.
So interesting because the back-hitting hitbox is so delayed. It's even more delayed than you like Yosen's and air dash out of the corner, Yosen.
Ooh, look at that. That was a nasty cross-up. I would have been hit.
Was able to save themselves.
Managed to go through, and now with an unfortunate amount of health now.
Yeah, this is
FD.
This is kind of bad because Le Tiger just used their security gauge. Oh, but straight.
Hold on, and the grab after the wake up finds its way in. Really solid stuff.
One thing that surprises me about Le Tiger's play compared to what Gamma has dealt before, Le Tiger is actually landing Behemoth Typhoons at neutral, which wasn't the case for Gamma's opponent last time, I think. Sort of finding the timings to actually counter poke Bridget's buttons successfully here and there. Of course, you know, the consistency is on Bridget's side, but Bridget is definitely not gonna do as much damage as GoldLois.
What I think was marked a very key difference was at the end of that last round, the Tiger played so patiently, was just not afraid to just say, hey, you know, even though Bridget has the distance advantage, you know, she can play from so much farther away. I'm just gonna play it really slow and find my time to go in.
And that kind of Zen playstyle that you describe is I feel like kind of rare in players. Sometimes in this kind of matchup, you sort of, you know, just acknowledge that I'm at a disadvantage, and you try to struggle for your life, try to get in, and then forget the fact that you're probably gonna lose some, and you're gonna take the L's here and there, but you just gotta run with your game plan patiently for the sake of the bigger picture, the end score.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that patience that you're talking about and how it is rare, it seems to be a very rare thing in general on, you know, anime fighting game players.
Yeah, these are very, very fast-paced, aggressive games, especially Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is really that game that has like no place often for defensive playstyle. It's all offense.
They encourage active defense.
Yeah.
Look at just off of the start, the Tiger just got hit for so much damage already. I mean, you saw the conversion into the wall break. Actually, I didn't know if that was gonna get that far, but we might just see the end here. No, Gamma still has to find one more hit.
Multiple overheads.
Yeah,
that's really that reminds me of Soul going for, you know, Bandit, Revolver, RC, and then varied amount of jump P's and then high-low mix-up. Kind of the same with Bridget, the jump P. Ooh, finds a 6P and now a big chance. Flip the sides. And here it starts. Gamma finds a very nice projectile, able to build some real estate from themselves.
Gets a solid air counter hit, just anti-airing with the Roger projectile. Now, the Tiger is at such a low amount of life. Gamma just needs to play really safe around this burst. Look at the edge of that Behemoth Typhoon. The Tiger is so conscious of the spacing.
I wonder if that gun was a miss input there. Missed the burst punish. Oh, I just 2P as an anti-air. I think I saw Gamma actually drop one of their combos there, thinking that Le Tiger was not gonna burst, losing a lot of value and losing the round as a result of that. Now Le Tiger with so much advantage for this round has their own burst. Gamma might not actually get to use theirs because only one hit to go.
Once again, the BRC off of the wall reset, making use of that added bit of meter.
Oh, actually gets the 2K another time.
BRC, then it's a really good technique to just get for just getting up close, and the Tiger is making really good use out of it.
Yeah, that's not like a fire and forget technique. It is sort of when you fire that BRC, you sort of have to eyeball it like the frame that the opponent is sort of locked on. How far are they into their move? Can I actually start a move of my own, and what button am I gonna press? There's a lot of stuff that goes into that flash frame decision making. Right, here we got the drone. Finds a very straight. Oh, I think even though Gamma got hit there, that was very, very nice. You would definitely defuse the situation with the drone, even taking a little damage in the result, as long as GoldLois doesn't get to keep their pressure and position. Another good 6B. I think one of the core weaknesses for Bridget, a lot of her buttons, like both the bar slashes and 5 heavies, they are very susceptible to 6Bs. And Le Tiger has recognized this, has counter-poked at, you know, that half-screen rage quite a few times. Oh my goodness, actually catches with the momentum of the dash.
Gets the command grab in RC's into combo and now has Le Tiger back into the corner. And yeah, it's really crazy to see this much use that GoldLois 6P just in neutral and not even to anti-air but to just do regular punishes. which is something that you don't often get to see, is Gold Lewis.
What was...
Oh, the clash between the Typhoon and the DP.
That is nutty! Like, how did Gamma come up with that? They must have been buffering the command crab into the DP. That's kind of nutty play. A 6B again, this time as an anti-air, gets Tiger kind of started, but not well enough. Oh, here's the drone though, and Tiger has the 50-meter. Oh, that was actually important.
Oh, this is... Yeah, just going to punish that attempted command grab as a reversal. Good backdash, avoiding the grab, and now going for the mix again. Gamma unfortunately lets the pressure sequence drop. Now 1 health.
Oh my
back
goodness.
against the corner. Gets the Roger out. Manages to actually get the hit. Gets the command grab.
Gamma is...
So dire. Gamma has a burst, but no opportunity to use it. Could have potentially gone for a gold burst, but the Tiger found the way to get that last hit.
That was actually pretty nutty from Gamma to actually get out of that sticky situation. Alright, burst comes out as blue. Good value, getting gold lose off you. Good burst from Tiger, keeping Gamma in the corner, and here we go. Wish that they had that 50 tension, but unfortunate. Tables have been turned. Gamma is gonna... Ooh, actually has the meter to take the hard knockdown here. And we're mixing. Alright, just opting to take it very slow, very easy. Not taking a whole lot of risks, which is kind of, I guess, what you would love to play the matchup as Bridget.
Yeah, you know, you have the advantage in the distance gameplay, so you can just take it so easily. You don't need to unnecessarily go in, especially when you have such a life lead. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
now
because this is what can
careless,
happen.
yeah, a careless approach gets you hit.
Okay, Belltime poke, able to erase the security drone, but
yeah, just too far away to hit that 6H, gets punished off of it. Tiger is not a player to let that just go through. Look at that, another really solid 6B.
Yeah, it's really kind of nutty because we, like, even though that 6B was buffed, it is still not one of the top tier 6B by any reach. There's the first.
Whoa!
This is gonna be some pain and suffering for Gamma. Fully charged super.
With some churns.
Oh,
no churns.
Goodness.
Just opted to go for the guaranteed damage. Not trying to input anything too difficult. Just trying to take Gamma out, but Gamma's still holding on for their life. Any interaction here could take Gamma down. And there it is.
The double low gets the job done, yeah. Gamma did spend the 50 meter to get their turn back, but after Tiger was able to defuse the situation, Gamma was kind of left at neutral with no meter to spend and the massive life disadvantage, so even though you return back to neutral, sometimes the situation might actually not favor Bridget because of, you know, the remaining resources. Ooh, nice jumpy. Again, immediate burst from Tiger, staying true to the game plan, keep Bridget in the corner where we can checkmate her. Gamma, again, finding a good DP. It's like, sometimes you tend to forget that, you know, Bridget being the zoning, or like, has the potential to be the zoning character, also has access to DP, which is actually fairly decent tool to add for your, you know, Gotless defensive game plan or anti-defensive.
When you're lacking of a regular reversal, it ends up helping quite a bit. Look at that, just opening up with a standing 5D, getting the last hit necessary to take the round down. This is such a close set to get us started. Just has to be noted that so far, it's continuously gone back and forth.
The fake cross up, leading to small damage. The Tiger still looking for that one. Oh, there we go. That's an adjustment from Gamma because the Tiger has been so accurate with that 6B now. Gamma actually spacing the roll outside of the 6B range, which is definitely possible because Goku's 6B doesn't reach too far. Oh, what makes the burst?
Yeah, the awareness just holding back there, knowing that the Tiger has the burst, is going to be forced to use it or lose it. And like that, Gamma pulls ahead, and so slightly.
We're only at 5, there's still time, but whoa, yo! From which direction? I think the burst as well! The Tiger! The reads! Out of this world!
Really didn't enjoy getting their burst baited last game, and so decided to return the favor, and now taking Gamma over to the pain zone, taking the round with that. That was so dominant.
That was, you know, I mean, a lot of characters in Guilty Gear or Strive can do that with their massive damage. Get one good read or series of reads and then just erase the opponent with 2 touches. Now the Tiger, this time, ooh, okay. Using all of their resources. Able to keep Gamma in the corner. Is this actually gonna be enough? Not quite. But again, this situation, Gamma only has 50 and can't take a single hit anymore.
Oh, and once again, the Tiger was trying to get that Jufee anti-air going, but didn't, just barely failed to get it.
The classic jump into quick jump D. One of the best GoTLuis buttons to not only attack, but also, I guess, to defend yourself with, as we saw here. And we're back to 5 even. It's one of the like safest ways to get your game started for Gamma is to use that yo-yo that has a hitbox on the way. Oh my goodness, that burst actually vacuumed Gamma into the corner. And maybe by a stroke of luck or a stroke of genius timing, but Gamma able to fight out of that sticky situation, using the meter again, keeping the pressure going. Small combos, but surely, slowly but surely, Gamma again grinding the health bar of Le Tiger. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, with this leading the drone, coming a bit closer, getting the DP mash in, but Le Tiger going through with the blue RC once again, using that very effectively to get in when it's necessary. And there we go.
Another sequence that started for Le Tiger out of that, you know, far-reaching half-screen Behemoth Typhoon. That one. Not being afraid at all to swing that, knowing that once it hits, especially on counter hits, oh boy, it's go time. Speaking of go time.
Oh my. GoTLuis has everything. It has the Million Mix, has a Yosansen, has Projectile Oki.
Yeah, especially the left-right game for GoTLuis is kinda nutty. I think we're traditionally not used to GoTLuis necessarily being the left-right character, instead more like a Strike Pro. Or
even just high-low with those big plus right in the Typhoon. Oh no, just barely unable to punish that gold burst. A bit of a desperation move from Gamma, but it seems like it's at least thrown off the Tiger enough to be trying to get in now. Solid 2P. But this is still just anyone's game. The Tiger bursting, going for the win. Not wanting for...
What was that? Jumpy! Yo, the button that a lot of GoTLuis players have been hyping up, the button you don't see very often, but the button that is supposedly pretty okay. Le Tiger lands a big jumping uppercut there.
Yeah, I have never seen in these sets. I've never really seen a GoTLuis jumpy. Oh?
Wait, was there already 7? Did I miscount? I must have miscounted.
Was this a miscount?
I think it's both players left the lobby. I mean, they see their own numbers, so I guess it's Le Tiger 7. Huh. We were so invested in the game that, you know, I guess we let 1 point slip by at some point. Damn. Okay. That was pretty quotations, pretty okay play from Le Tiger GoTLuis. Damn. man, these Swiss players, I tell you, they're something else. All right, next up, the caliber of the match is definitely not going to be tuned down. Will be Javichu versus ZoKHiZ Nago. The class of sort of two oldies. Javichu, a devoted Kai player throughout the lifespan of Strive, and ZoKHiZ, a sworn big body player historically. Making their transition from first Potemkin to Leo, then from Leo to Nago, and now their power level only keeps rising with this current main. Let me make sure that Javichu is on top of it. Sent them an extra. Oh, did I lose you? I might have actually disconnected on the Discord side. Let me. Hello? My Discord is actually dead. Let me restart my Discord. What is this sorcery? The technical difficulties we're having today. First, space dust with the inability to connect to Strive servers now. I'm losing Discord. All right, there we go.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah? So few technical difficulties. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was finding it so strange because since you cut me off a couple times when talking, and I was like, wait, can she just not hear me? But we seem to be here, right?
Yeah, let me restart this.
You don't need to restart the stream. I actually was able to get in.
Oh, okay.
That's one technical issue finished.
All right, Pog.
I was saying, ZoKHiZ Nago has been kind of a more recent pickup, but every week that we've seen them come in and bring out the Dagori Yuki pick, it's been just an increasing level of pain on the opponent. It's been really good to see the evolution. Obviously, ZoKHiZ, super experienced player and super kind of brain-based player. So seeing them pick up someone like Nago and playing the more collected type of character that just gets to level 3 blood and zones you out with the big normals is really cool to see. Really interesting to see variety, and it seems to suit ZoKHiZ very well.
Yeah, I can definitely speak from own experience, having played against ZoKHiZ's Nago, that it really catches you off guard how ZoKHiZ plays, because a lot of Nago, I think the more prevalent Nago playstyle is to, at the start of the round, gamble big, go into the game and take your chances before the opponent gets to play. ZoKHiZ doesn't necessarily play like that. ZoKHiZ is okay taking their sweet-ass time, and that sort of different pace can catch you off guard a lot if you're expecting something else.
And Javichu hasn't been on the show in a little bit, but another strong competitor for sure, so interesting to see how this can go. Already ZoKHiZ bringing out the pain using the clone to get through just a full screen fireball. That just allows Nago to get in so easily.
Good check there on forward Hukyo over the 2S. This is definitely already... Oh! I thought ZoKHiZ was actually swinging there.
Interesting second edge super just to get out of the pressure. You don't typically see a lot of Kai players use that super that much, so nice to see Javichu. Obviously, someone who plays Kai quite a bit would have the use cases for these afford, you know, that super.
Yeah, I think that super, other than that, you're not gonna have a lot of other options, other safe options to diffuse that pressure. If Nago is full blood in this situation, like, you don't have buttons that reaches this far. That's basically 5 heavy, max blood. That's a full screen normal. And other than Sacred Edge, like, what are you gonna do? RTL? Take the chance, go big or go home?
Yeah, exactly. And like, look at this. ZoKHiZ already immediately going to level 3 blood. Gets the command grab off. That allows
the patience! Javichu,
more specials.
I think, was predicting that ZoKHiZ will go all the way in. That clone into Hukyo is, I think, +4 on block. Javichu is trying to counter that with a throw, but ZoKHiZ aborted very early and went for kind of like a I guess you can't call that a shimmy, but like a very potent throw bait there.
Yeah, oh, we have a bot in the channel. Nobody go to that channel, to that website. But yeah, no, look at that. See how slowly and collected ZoKHiZ plays compared to, you know, a lot of other Nagoriyuki players who still, you know, play a lot more aggressive a game, because still, Nagoriyuki can play that style very effectively as well, be very oppressive of a character.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this much Nago 2S at neutral. A lot of Nagos just, you know, Beyblade in and that's it. But ZoKHiZ playing the footsies. Oh, speaking of footsies! Unfortunately, Javichu was canceling that into a fireball already. Might have been able to get more with another special cancel, but no time to worry about that.
Yeah, the clone to get in. Just kind of playing it slow again. ZoKHiZ realizes that they have the health advantage here, so they're just playing it very patiently.
Oh yeah, ZoKHiZ kind of had to commit there, was spending a lot of blood and needed the release, the needed the extra zip. Oh,
kyuukei actually beating the round start DP there.
Yeah, I think the DP from Nago is like, what, is it 11 or 12 frame startup? So it's surprisingly slow. If you have a fast low that reaches them at round start, you can definitely press that and prevent Nago players from, you know, going for their DP.
Yeah, it's really interesting because it's kind of the base layer 1 of Nago round starts. Oh, managing to get the hit with the blood pops.
Yeah, despite that pop, ZoKHiZ was actually in a pretty decent situation. There's so much chip going in, so much range, even more than the previous level when you pop. And ZoKHiZ crapping another one to their name. But yeah, even though you have an option at round start, such as the 2D from Kai, it's still like not the easiest decision to, you know, press that button, because Nago has a lot of really tricky options to call your buttons out, such as round start Fukyo backboards, cancel that into Beyblade, and that's gonna counter poke you out of any of your, you know, round start buttons.
Yeah. The Nago round start is very much a, or playing against Nago rather, I should say, is just level 1. Can you beat the DP? Do you have something to deal with that? And level 2, when the Nago player starts doing something else, are you ready for that?
Now this is probably the position that Javichu, oh my god, actually pops during the clone! I was like, whoa, that's the riskiest play I think I've ever seen ZoKHiZ go for.
I've never seen such a fast cancel out of Fukyo into the pop.
Right? I think ZoKHiZ probably predicted that the pop would come much later. I definitely haven't seen anything like that before.
Now, yeah, Javichu just trying to make the most out of the fact that Kai has a long sword, manages to swing it fairly far, but unfortunately for them, Nagoriyuki sword is just a bit longer. Manages to counter poke quite a bit. Now we'll get the wall break, the hard knockdown into the next screen.
Doesn't quite manage to convert the 2D. And now the ZoKHiZ doesn't have the extra block, chooses to go in, immediate burst from Javichu. Ooh! Good instant air dash. And you can see the counter plan against Beyblades and clones from Javichu. That instant air backdash from perfect ranges in order to sort of make Nago whiff and then potentially go for a whiff punish on the way down. Universally, unless you have some sort of a nutty tool to be able to deal with the clone or the Beyblade. Yo, wow, is that super deep dash?
Grabbed out of the clone. I've never actually seen anyone get that off.
Yeah,
I mean, mostly because of how much, typically you're having the Nagoriyuki player use the clone, full screen.
Yeah, and the fact that it's really risky to go for that kind of a maneuver.
But look at that, Javichu just getting in and then not letting any of the Oki go to waste. Just continuously doing the sequences on the ZoKHiZ and forcing them to hold it.
Super patient sequence there to finish the round. Realizing that ZoKHiZ is holding the burst and playing as safe as possible while still maintaining the pressure as best as they can. This is Javichu Kai. Ooh, nice confirm. The counters hit far slash.
Well, gets in with the stun dipper.
Right. Opting to not take the wall break yet. Was probably hoping that the next sequence would have built the 50 meter for RTL. The Javichu. Decent looking round now. ZoKHiZ can't use special moves. I mean, he can, but it is definitely ill-advised here.
Yeah, it's more of a shouldn't. But look at that! Oh, trying to go for the command grab. It would have been probably a bit of a checkmate position, but Javichu, recognizing that, just opts to go for the backdash, avoids the bite, doesn't let ZoKHiZ get any sort of resources back. Takes the round with it.
It's surprisingly difficult place to pressure in that left corner there that Javichu had, because, if you're at that, mid-screen range, Nago, 2S, it's gonna beat a lot of your buttons. I think the only thing that you kind of can do is to look for the whiff punish with something like 6 heavy, which Javichu did manage to hit one time already.
But I guess the grab into the corner now. Yeah, goes for the double overhead, gets the hit, and forces ZoKHiZ to burst now, just with a tiny amount of health left. Potentially losing a second game to Javichu will allow Javi to equal out the score.
Yeah, is it just me or Javichu's starting to find their stride slowly here? The first couple of games looked a little shaky, but now blazing there.
You know what they say? The first 2 games, they're just data.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, advanced players, when they go into a set, especially against an opponent they haven't seen before, you do have to play in a little different kind of way. But once you see what buttons they use, what strategies they employ, it's much easier.
Look at that 6B. That was a gorgeous 6B hit. Just keeping ZoK back in the corner.
Wow. ZoK actually
once again, look at that. Look at that. That's 4 6Bs that just kept ZoKHiZ. Just nuh-uh. You stay there. You're not getting out. Really solid run from Javichu.
Ooh, perfectly placed 2D. Gonna go into a corner. And now this is the place where Kai... That's actually the place where Kai usually thrives, but I mean, in this matchup, I think not so much. Even though Kai is supposed to be super good in the corner, in this particular matchup, I think the battle happens more in the neutral.
Oh, and now, yeah, the RC off of the bite with more meter to come. Even gonna go for the cinematic super at 1 HP just to really drive the point home.
Yeah, just obey your muscle memory. If it says do the super here, you do the super here, no matter how much health the opponent has. Nice check there, 2P. Don't let them hook you forward for free.
Solid 2S hit. Get that 2S with the new blood changes. Well, they're not necessarily new anymore, but with the blood changes, it's so powerful.
Yeah, look at this. Again, Javichu, when they manage to get ZoKHiZ in the corner, they get like a strike here and there, but the big amount of blood allows ZoKHiZ to threaten with the long-range buttons as soon as you're pushed back. Oh, here we come. Here comes the conversion. ZoKHiZ has so much meter, though.
And Javichu was expecting it, goes for the 6-8, finds the hit, finds the 6B. Javi's use of the 6B once again. Look at that. Javi's 6Bs are just on point.
Yeah, I think
use them to such great effect in this game, specifically.
In general, especially after you put Nago into high blood, that's when your anti-air game really has to be on point. Because that's when you're gonna see the neutral jumps, the super jumps coming in, or the forward jumps, the super jumps coming in from Nago. Because, you know, what can Nago do to you, to a Kai at full screen range with full blood? Not a whole lot.
Going for the fast RC just to get the combo going, to keep the pressure going, not allow ZoK to ever try to get out, but ZoK manages to escape the corner, but Javi is still ready for that.
Oh, did they backdash though?
That's a bait. No, it's not.
Yeah, I think I saw the first frame of backdash, so catching that with the super, and here comes ZoKHiZ, the blood. Oh, ZoK actually opting to keep it pretty safe, not engaging in that situation as a follow-up. Maybe worried that, you know, the blood relief from the super not gonna sit like not gonna take effect immediately, so again,
it's always good to just play it safe. When you have the character that can afford to play like that, you just do it, I think. And ZoK being as kind of brain-based of a player as they are, just opted to go for that, to just make sure that they could go for it. Sorry, words.
Yeah, interesting sequence there from Javichu with that RC. Not sure what that was about. Probably was...
I think was just trying to get the reset to ensure a kill.
Yeah,
or somewhere.
Or go for like an ad-lib extension just to buy time for, you know, juggling Nago. Because that's kind of
allowing the blood rage health to
yeah.
to its fullest. Oh, solid gold burst.
Oh, with the well-placed clone, deleting the heavy fireball from Javi. Big chance for ZoKHiZ. Both players with so many resources. Wait!
Hello?
How did ZoKHiZ miss the command crab there?
Was it still wake up invulnerability frames?
Probably. And slid through the heavy fireball. There was like a dead.
Ooh, really solid RC into the 6B, and now Javichu just respecting the burst, and respecting those slash normals. Gets the grab this time. The health is so much closer. Trying to go for the OTG hit to kill, but it didn't. Oh. I think Javichu just wanted to believe that the OTG would get the kill.
Very valiant effort. I think ZoK was really high on blood. I wonder if they were actually gonna pop as a result of that, but they knew that was the go in, the do or die moment. And there's very little that you can actually do against, you know, Nago clone. It's one of those tools that, because it costs a lot of blood, it has to be good, right? So very little counterplay that you can do against it, other than try to just avoid it, dodge it. A little bit of dancing back and forth, very well placed, instant air dash. Catches ZoKHiZ using the 5 heavy. Now, staying point blank to Nago is gonna be what allows you to pressure Nago. If you go into the, you know, the far distance, the 2S distance, that's when Nago is actually gonna start getting the advantage. But as long as you are in their face, just like Javi was this round, Nago actually has pretty slow buttons to contest your pressure.
Yeah, the only option that Nago really has is the reversal super, but obviously one that requires meter, and you know, it's not super reliable. A lot of people can call you out if you have the meter and you're getting mixed, you know, pretty reasonable to think that you might try to get the reversal in.
Javi meeting ZoKHiZ out of the jump with a low and a 6P and another one.
Another 6P?
It's like
that has been the kind of MVP button for Javichu, I feel. Just 6P has put in so much work.
Ooh, is it gonna recover in time?
It does. Baits the burst. Doesn't get it. Zok now goes in, meaty close slash.
And in the lead once again. Yeah, I think a lot of cancels that can actually be mashed through with DP and, you know, slow stuff like reversal supers. That's one of the few sequences that can actually bait it. You RC forward the special move and then watch them with their super, just like Javi did there.
Good grab check from Javichu. Yeah, you can't let the Nago player just hook you forward at you.
Ooh, nice slide in.
Oh, good spots to burst from Zok. And now, will this catch the recovery still? It does.
Yeah, Javi chose to go for a 2K after that flip kick. Another game of chess. Ooh, far slash and anti-air. We'll take it, for sure.
Oh, the Beyblade finding a hit in. Zok on super high blood now. Can only Fukio a couple times.
Again, the Sacred Edge does give you quite a bit of plus frames as well if you fire it from point blank. Oh, the OTG is enough. Oh, the big DP. Oh, ZoKHiZ is going for
no.
Oh, that's so smart from Javi! Yeah, that's the downside.
Yeah.
You can't do that if your opponent knows about it and has the burst. And look at this, the punish.
Now just waiting for the mask to go back on. Plus Zok was ready, and honestly, I kind of wanted to see it pop off because, you know, it's always a fun combo to see. Javi played it very smartly, knew where to burst, and now gets to just play the patient game. Zok still has a burst, really close to popping. 2S finds a hit in. Again. Oh no! There
Zok.
it goes.
Yeah, Zok. Not only Zok, but a lot of Nago players love to gamble with that reversal super, especially on high blood, because, you know, it has the attribute of returning a lot of blood to you as well. Speaking of a lot of blood, ZoKHiZ has all the tools available here. Javichu has nothing but the burst. Finally manages to use it, but oh! I wonder if that was a heavy fireball attempt.
Yeah, unfortunate DP.
Gives ZoKHiZ the advantage of going into 5-point. First time in this set where, well, at least after the couple of first rounds, that anybody has been on a 2-game lead now. And now the pressure is on Javi to try to overcome this point difference. Yeah, I think the reason why Javichu hasn't been using all that much of Stun Dipper is the active usage of 2S, and you could see there previously in the previous interaction how the 2S from Nago actually calls it out. 2S once again.
Yeah, Nagoriyuki 2S negates so many of those low approaches. I mean, Stun Dipper, Vortex from Soul, Stroke from Eno.
Again,
oh, this is going to just... Oh no, it does. The Fireball does just go through Nago, but...
Yeah, not this time.
There's still room to punish.
Good check once again, the 2P in the face. Oh, the delayed! The delayed! What is it called? Direct late? Giving a big combo on counter hit for Javichu in the corner. Ooh, rare footage of the Stun Dipper. But ZoKHiZ with the reversal back throw. Oh, catches the DP attempt. with a command grab, back and forth. Now
the back throw, and now into the heavy fireball. Zok is able to find the room to press, but gets grabbed afterwards. Javichu like that manages to get one more point. Playing on the chase right now. It's been just anyone's set so far.
that RPS has, you know, surfaced in this matchup so many times already. When you Hukyo after your clone, is it gonna be strike? Is it gonna be a throw afterwards? And Javichu is playing the RPS very actively, knowing that if ZoKHiZ commits to the Hukyo after the clone into a button, that is throwable.
Solid burst from Javichu to keep the aggression going, but Zok knew where to grab to get the back throw and get such a solid combo into the wall break.
That's the most safe blood-sucking universe miss I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, there was a lot of Nagoriyuki drift happening. And now, yeah, this is gonna break the wall here and just kill, actually.
ZoKHiZ blazing forward, building advantages upon advantages.
A dangerous position to be in as Javichu right now is one round away from being taken to ZoKHiZ's set point, but still playing the strike throw, going for the throw after the overhead. And just kind of pressing forward. Look at that. Once again, 6B back into the corner. Grab. Run this Oki.
Yeah, and
Get the counter hit.
smartly using FD as much as they can just to try to push Kai away from that point blank range where they are effective on their own pressure.
And I think, yeah, that was a very nice burst safe, I'm fairly sure, sequence from Javichu, but even still, I think ZoKHiZ would be always in their favor to just not burst that round. Hard bait from Javichu, and just running the pressure into the corner.
I like how ZoKHiZ was on top of that follow-up as well, ready to break the throw. Oh, the fast away comes in! Comes
in and opens up Zok, who now is in a very dangerous spot, and gets ran by the double overhead hit.
When you run your offense like this, that Javichu just ran, you know, not committing to the big hits, instead opting to do a lot of small touches, it's like hit and run, it's really hard to find a place to burst. Which is why ZoKHiZ, you know, died with the burst there. They just couldn't find the safe spot to try to go for it. Yeah, and the 6B is ready to make Nago back on the ground. That's the conversion. Oh! Ooh. Canceling into the heavy fireball as a burst bait? Question mark? And it worked.
Even if that was intended or not, that was just insanely smart.
Oh, that was a lot of blood that ZoKHiZ spent on that clone and doesn't even have time to pop. I'm not actually sure if ZoKHiZ would have popped there or if it was perfectly calculated. Oh, here we go. This RPS once again. Javichu with the very good reads. I think that's one of the reasons why Javichu has had so much success against Nagoriyuki and ZoKHiZ is participating on the RPS situations actively and guessing right. That is something that you just gotta do right. You gotta guess right against Nago. And this will be death. ZoKHiZ will not have a burst here. Just like that, Javichu overcomes that 2-game disadvantage and actually is the first player to go into 6-point first. Now ZoKHiZ...
What is that?
Yeah, now it's on ZoKHiZ's ball court to take 2 in a row to bring this home.
Once again, Javichu going for this early gold burst. Did the same last game, worked out really well using this meter for pressure extensions, just not allowing Zok to have a room to get out of the corner. But I know, with that said, Zok just gets out with a jump slash.
It's really the
back throw.
Oh, but that's a safe shot, I think.
Oh, and just going for the reversal right away. Not even letting Javichu go into the minus 80?
Yeah, I was actually concerned for a moment that RTL might have had too many invo frames for Nago to actually be able to go through with his own super, but ZoKHiZ proving us wrong. Yeah, it's a punish without a cancel, I think. The DP is very minus on block right without a cancel.
Yeah, once again, forward Fukio. Javichu is just fully aware right now of everything, just super thoughtful of ZoKHiZ's options.
It's the RC, keep the pressure alive, but again, as soon as ZoKHiZ pushes Javichu to the, like, couple of character lengths, it's very hard for Kai to press a button. Like this? The FD has definitely been the MVP for ZoKHiZ's defense, especially in the corner. Now here we go,
Yeah.
burst, oh that was good burst! That was super
For the
smart!
win.
Securing the victory by spending the burst. You could argue for Javichu that you don't spend the burst and try to, you know, get the win, get the last hit, but they knew if ZoKHiZ gets in with that attempt, they get to mix him up.
Yeah,
So
it's really dangerous. You really don't want to risk anything against Nagoriyuki.
Right.
Nagoriyuki can just delete you.
Now this
Yeah,
is...
being really patient. Yeah, Javichu, you can tell, is just being super thoughtful about ZoKHiZ's options, just backing up a lot, playing the full screen game, just saying, you know, you have full blood, I'm gonna go to the range where I can do something.
Picking their positions to throw the fireballs. They know that if ZoKHiZ fires that clone, they're probably gonna go overboard. Oh, very brave super here.
This is baited, but Zok has the meter to just make it safe.
I think you'll happily spend that 100. We'll try to go under with the 6B.
Oh, another really solid 6B from Javi.
Ooh, this could be the
Grab
makings,
into
the
the corner.
starting the beginning of the end, because Javichu is on set point, baits the burst from ZoKHiZ, RTL, and that's gonna be it! Javichu
set.
Kai!
What? Having started on the back foot with ZoKHiZ taking an early advantage, Javichu did some excellent adaptations.
Yeah,
Really found a way to play around ZoKHiZ's neutral and ZoKHiZ's kind of specific playstyle of Nago. That was super cool. That was such a good set.
Definitely the
Well
kind
played
of...
to both.
Yeah, the kind of Guilty Gear that I personally enjoy a lot. There were intense moments where the gorilla gets, you know, released, but for the most part, both players very calm, calculative, patient, playing the footsies, not taking unnecessary risks. And we saw some pretty good-ass Guilty Gear trademark, if I may so say.
Yeah. Both of these players are absolute top caliber. Especially here for the European scene. So, really good showing. And yeah, no, I stand corrected. I actually didn't know that Kai's jump Dustin wasn't an overhead.
Yeah, it would be kind of nutty, I guess. If it was an overhead, you could go for some really grimy stuff with, you know, extra overheads, kind of like Ino or Testament can do. And I guess Kai, the developers say Kai is not supposed to be quite this kind of a character. But still, that jump D is very, very useful and very powerful for a lot of other shenanigans. Alright, but next up, we jump into the rookie bracket matchup of the day. Afraid Kaz Bridget that we saw, I think it was last week, right? Going against Rolle.
I can double check.
It was either last week or the week. Actually, I think it was 2 events past, but close enough.
Yeah, Afraid Kaz we saw on the 4th of September. So yes, 2 weeks ago.
Now coming back, trying their luck against Rolle a player who we know from quite a few titles in Finland. Rolle is like a very avid fighting game player, plays a lot of Guilty Gear games, plays a lot of characters. I think strikes me as the kind of guy who just loves fighting games and loves grinding out fighting games. I'm a little torn between, you know, if Rolle is, you know, in a perpetual character crisis, or if it's just they love trying out a lot of stuff, because they've gone through characters like Wildfire on Plus R, on Exerd. I know they played a lot of difficult characters in Plus R, you know, Zato, Zappa. They went to Soul at one point. They've gone through at least 2 or 3 or even more characters on Exerd. And now it is yet another new-ish character for them on the Strive front.
Yeah. Chip, classic, kind of underrepresented, really, character. Especially here on Bounty Hunters, sometimes we do get Danny, but it's gonna be nice to see a different face picking him up. And yeah, no, sometimes some people are just happiest, you know, just enjoying the game, just playing, checking things out, and that's honestly super cool thing to see. Just people enjoying the game in many different ways.
That's kind of what we're here to advocate for, to give you motivation, improving your passion. Oh, nice run under there from Rolle. And here we go.
Catches with overhead, gets a solid counter hit. Unfortunately, doesn't get the convert off of it.
Yeah, might have been worried about Kaz's burst there.
Yeah, and Kaz was actually. I saw some hints there with the back out off of the air movement, just playing a little bit like the zoner, just making use of those big range moves.
Ooh, gets tagged on the way in. Rolle pushing it. It's gonna kill. Last hit.
Yeah, at that distance, unfortunately, you can't. I don't think you can get an extra hit off of after your diagonal blade.
There are definitely some, you know, last-second adjustments. I think Chip can go a lot of jump P's to extend in a lot of situations, but of course I'm not a Chip player, so it's sometimes a little hard to discern. Now Rolle.
Yeah, Chip seems to be a very free-form character. You see a lot of players kind of enjoying Chip because of his ability to just kind of move really fast, do a lot of different stuff, different kinds of setups, and approaching the offense in sort of your preferred way as a player.
Yeah, it's Chip players are hard to, you know, sort of categorize into one particular playstyle. It's definitely, like you said, a character that allows a lot of player creativity.
Yeah, oh, really solid check from Kaz there. Catching the Alpha Blade.
That's kind of what you have to do against the Alpha Blades. Both the Alpha Blade on the ground as well as the diagonal one. If you have the countermeasures, you can definitely challenge them.
Kaz catches the backdash with a close slash, but unfortunately, Rolle is able to just jump over, get just a cheeky little punch to finish out the game.
Yeah, Chip is not the easiest character in the game to anti-air for sure. We're talking about a character that has not only 2 double jumps, but also has a lot of different moves that sort of alter your momentum in the air. We have the infamous jump 2K, or even his jump slash, I think, in this game. I'm not sure actually if Chip's jump slash changes your momentum. It did in Exerd.
It definitely changes kind of what you're looking like in the air in your hurt box, so that can make it very awkward to anti-air into at least 6p sometimes.
Yeah, so hitting your anti-airs against Chip is one of those things. I think arguably you're probably not gonna hit a lot of grounded ones. You have to go like for air throws and air to airs.
That's what I was about to say. A lot of kind of advice against Chip is to just try and meet him in the air, use your Jufee, and especially after the recent changes, you should be able to get some nice conversions off of it. You should be able to get some cool combos off of just kind of a counter hit Jufee.
Yeah, I wonder how Bridget, having access to the far-reaching, you know, diagonal too heavy anti-air, allows her to touch spots on the screen in the air that not a whole lot of other characters can do grounded, so that might be one advantage in the anti-air game for her.
Yeah, especially against, I think against Chip, against some players who can enjoy just going for the triple jump and then doing jump 2K. Oh, it can it can be a really good button to hit to get that anti-air more consistently than trying to 6-speed jump 2K. That's such a hard button to punish.
Ooh, nice. Switches the guard, gets the punish.
Yeah, good block on the overhead. And now it's Kaz's time to run some mix. Breaks the wall through. Catches Rolle, trying to advance with the 2S. And takes a round off of that.
Ooh, nice whip punish there. The core gameplay of Chip, really, because you don't want to risk getting hit, you know, because you're sort of a pixie character. You, whenever possible, try to whip punish their buttons with your mobility. And now Kaz, well, for a very decent combo. Rolle, though, lots of resources to play with for both players.
Yeah, that combo started off a really favorable trade for them. Just being able to get a trade on Rolle's attempt at the overhead Rekka. That's a really solid bit of realization that you need to have against Chip. Now, run up grab. Backdashing, trying to bait out a DP, but is able to get around with the Rekka sequence.
Yeah, the mix-up as old as time. Chip having access to Rekka 1 can go into the low Rekka or the overhead Rekka in pretty much any sequence. And in the recent patch, the overhead Rekka no longer reactable, I believe. It's so fast now.
How fast is it even? I need to double check. Oh.
It's 20 something. It like intuition would tell you it's like something between 20 and 25, but
yeah, obviously there's always been the argument for what is reactable. It's kind of a tale as old as fighting game arguments.
Right.
What's an arguable, a reactable amount of frames? Ooh, speaking of reactable, Rolle, they're going for the backdash, trying to bait something out, but getting caught by Kaz's command grab. And it is 20 frames startup.
Yeah, alright,
So,
it's,
you know, reactable to some.
yeah, it's like really borderline. That's when we get to the like sort of debate area.
I mean, even recently we had the controversy with Jason Riot. And it turns out, you know, perhaps they're just someone who can react at 15 frames, which is definitely very good for human standards.
Yeah, it's like the average is this, but you know, a lot of the times in games like these, we do have these freaks of nature that sort of maybe they just sort of find their way into games like this because they have that ability to perform so well in those rare aspects.
Now we see, yeah, just like the classic Chip shenanigans, going from side to side, trying to find a hit where you're not holding back. But Kaz is doing a really solid job at just kind of using Bridget's mobility to just kind of stay away, and this time the Roger Super really helped in finding his hit.
The Rosvo Super is, like, even though it doesn't do a lot of damage, it's surprisingly good way to finish up rounds. You could see in the previous round, Kaz did it in the wrong direction. It still tracks. It doesn't matter where the opponent is. It will always track perfectly. And now, oh, it disconnects. This is actually a kill. Oh, no, it doesn't, though.
It's still such a hard super to punish. You can see that there, even without connecting, the bear still comes down and can very easily cause problems. Oh, try to go for the command grab on the wake up, which just a little bit earlier would have caught the startup of the DP, but even still, Kaz doesn't die and manages to get a third point in.
The shot, the yo-yo. It's the version of the yo-yo that has a hitbox while going out. That's one of your safest ways to poke. I mean, it isn't as threatening as your like slash or heavy normals, but it is safe. It is basically a projectile. There's not a whole lot of things that you can do against it.
Yeah, and it sets up the yo-yo anyway for you to be able to go there if you want to with the jump. So with the little roll move, forget what it's called.
Yeah, it's I think it's roll something, but I forget because I'm not a Bridget player from Plus R.
Oh, Roller trying to go back into the corner with the cross-up combo, but unfortunately drops it. Kaz now going in, getting a safe jump. Roller just being careful, going for the 2K, but grabbed back into the corner by Taz.
Yeah, rolling movement, that's it.
Ah, it's just called rolling movement.
It's the most standard description or the name of the move you could ever imagine. It moves you and it makes you roll, hence rolling movement.
Yeah, I just assumed it would have a fancier name.
Very unlike a lot of Arx's games with, you know, all kinds of funky names for your moves. Oh my god, the DP actually hits from the other side on the way out.
Oh, and finds a hit with the overhead.
Combining RC in case Kaz wants to burst, but also smart on Kaz's part to hold that L this time and go into the last round with the burst advantage.
And the burst advantage can make quite a bit of a difference, especially, you know, to press the advantage at some points, because it allows you to just hold a aggressive situation and not let your opponent get out.
The deep dash in 2K. Oh, but Rolle gets caught by the reversal throw once again. Big opportunity here. Afraid Kaz recognizes, bursts, but here comes Rolle. So many resources. The DP hits. It could be still anybody's game.
Yeah, Roller just needs one good... Never mind. Just one good chance to get in, but the bear is coming. The intercontinental bear missile.
I love the choice of that special move there. It, like, generally doesn't... Like, it's very tough to contest, and it's kind of safe on block. But it doesn't do a whole lot of damage unless you invest 50 meter on it. So, really good candidate for finishing the rounds with as a last second shenanigan. Oh, misses the initial 5K, but gets another one in there. The trade in Kaz's favor. Still holding Rolle in the corner somewhat. So danger area if Rolle gets hit here. This could be big, considering how much meter Kaz has.
And that could be a very large danger situation. But Roller manages to get out, manages to get the combo going. Unfortunately, doesn't get a full sequence through.
Here's the burst.
Oh,
We can get another one.
Roger.
I wonder if Rolle is... Oh, it's gonna track. Yeah, but Rolle takes it easy. FDs and breaks.
Just being very careful. Uses that patience to just take the round.
I think that's good on Rolle, realizing that Kaz loves to use that super as a last second gambit, so just standing at full screen and taking it with an FD. Who actually goes under with the Alpha Blade into a big crab again. Both players with so much meter, all the options in the world available. Unless
Roller could have gone anywhere with it. It kept extending that pressure for so long that it was just a matter of time until Kaz got hit, I think. But still, Roller's still playing from a little bit behind, still a couple points deficit. But it can still be anyone's game. This is a very back and forth match.
yeah, this is where the chase down begins.
Oh, the double DP! Oh no!
Triple!
The triple! The quadruple DP!
Betting all of their money on black 4 times in a row, 5 times in a row, and this time doesn't get punished too bad still.
And this is still FT to Roger, but this is a very low, dangerous amount of life. Will we see a 6th DP still? Will it cost them the round, or will it gain it? Unfortunately, very close game, but got hit by the yo-yo coming from the air.
That sequence of DPs must have at least sent some sort of a message for Kaz. Oh, that's a very nice combo.
Yeah, that would instill fear in anyone. Oh, catching the backdash with Roger, and then being able to still run in, get a close slash meaty, and closing out the game, just like that.
Having the corner carry combos like that from full screen, from half screen, as Bridget is super important because that's one of her really strong points. Like, especially from air-to-air exchanges, you can go for stuff like this. This is like so much carry and pretty decent amount of damage as well.
Yeah, and it even sets up the yo-yo. You know, that sequence set up the yo-yo gas. The Kaz was just ready to go in and take it anywhere, go for more mates afterwards.
Alright, evening the life situation. Okay.
You got a leaf grab coming, and then low slash meaty finds the hit and takes the round.
Oh, the Rekka's not quite reaching there. Again, good challenge there. Knows that when Chip is sort of diving towards the wall, that's usually, I think, your cue to challenge.
Yeah, Chip plays on being kind of the overwhelming fast character, but there's a lot of places where you can challenge, and if you have the knowledge, you can find gaps in Chip's offense. Ooh, trying to catch after that air dash is able to still block the Rosvo-Rolle. Now being forced to hold it. Kaz is just saying, give me all of your meter, but Rosvo-Rolle is still on the offensive, really close, just needs one solid hit, but the DP comes in and takes the round back.
Yeah, wasn't ready to hit the RC on that overhead Rekka, unfortunately. And Kaz stealing the round back. So that hits into a big counter hit. Opportunity for Rolle to take the wall break and does with the super.
Yeah, this is gonna go into the hard knockdown. What is Rolle gonna do as Oki here? Just being careful, respecting the meter, respecting the DP, going in with the clone, finding the hit with the overhead. Forces the burst out.
Yeah, the burst is out of the calculation. So now
tried to contest the approach, but unfortunately still got caught out.
Yeah, with the mobility of both these guys.
Yeah, Kaz is just playing the spacing game, knowing that they might be at the health deficit, not anymore, but they can make up for it in distancing.
Oh,
and another TP once again. MVP of this game for Kaz.
But of course, because Kaz managed to build the 50 meter just at the very end there. So what an opportune moment to hit the DP RC. Didn't even need the RC that time. Again, wow, how did they manage to challenge that? That's, I think, unless you use like FD to push Chip out quite a lot, the diagonal alpha is not the easiest button in the world to challenge.
It's a very precise timing, especially if you're going for the jump into jump normal. It is possible, but it takes a precise look. Solid hit with the Far Slash, being very solid in catching Roller's approach so far.
Oh,
Hits with the low, sees the burst coming, and gets the punish in.
If ever, this is definitely the time to activate the Ultra Instinct for Rolle. Nice jump out of the command grab.
Again, that's what you want to do with Chip. You can't get hit, so you gotta really go into that Super Saiyan moment.
Uh-oh, but the back throw, the Guilty Gear Strive special, the momentum breaker.
The incident. And Kaz is being able to find more hits after Guilty gets a good backdash, but still caught up in the mess.
This is set point for Kaz. Now it's do or die for Rolle. And I wonder how much this will affect their decision making. Oh, nice, gets a 2K.
Yeah, once again, Rolle just using Chip's movement speed to their advantage, just kind of backing out, trying to get the best moments to go in, trying to force Kaz to whip something.
Uh-oh, danger. Kaz has 50
that
meter.
Said, yeah, Kaz has 50 meter and the DP. Doesn't get a full conversion off of it, but baits the burst and gets the set with it.
That was really interesting looking situation. I thought Kaz was still committed to that button, but somehow managed the backdash out of the situation. Very aware that that was probably the last moment for Rolle to spend their burst.
Yeah, that was a really good set, you know. Always good to see, you know, newer names to the game and be able to see their evolution, you know. Killers in the making.
For sure. The killers of tomorrow.
Exactly. And considering we're already seeing the really competent use of, you know, both Chip's just movement speed and Kaz using Bridget's kind of long-range hitboxes to hit.
All right, transitioning into the next one. We got another pair of... I believe this is first time for both. A TheyNay, a French Axel, a very rare breed. We're definitely lacking Axel representation nowadays, as well as, you know, it's nice to see French people coming out here and competing.
Okay, so you did mean I was saying, you know, did kyuukei mean the French are rare breed?
Oh no. That is
or
definitely
Axel players.
yeah. Axel players for sure. Yeah, the French have their really massive community. So it is definitely.
Dude, you know, one of the largest names in the EMEA scene being Skill from France, who was also there at VS Fighting a couple weeks back. Sorry, but sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go on.
Yeah, no worries. I already forgot what I was saying, but
talking about the big French community.
Something. I think it'll come back to me eventually. Either way, TheyNay versus eebrozgi. This is another Soul player from Finland.
Oh,
testing...
so have they played in Bounty Hunters?
I think this is the first time. I can quickly check, but I'm pretty sure this is their. Yeah, this will be their. This will be their first time on screen.
But do you know them from previous Finland events, perhaps?
Actually, no, I don't think so. This will also be the first time I see eebrozgi play.
Oh, so that's seeing a new Finnish name alive on Bounty Hunters. Perhaps their first kind of public appearance. So let's see. And TheyNay, we've already seen here at Bounty Hunters, also a more recent joiner. But still, bringing in some Axel heat. I love Axel. I think it's a super cool character. So I'm excited to see what comes out. I think, you know, this is such a classic matchup. The kind of strike throwy closest thing that Guilty Gear has to a Shoto versus the classic, you know, Dulcim style long normal zoner.
Especially-
Apparently,
Yeah,
according to someone.
Yeah, I
in
said
chat.
eebrozgi has played on FT7. I think I should know these things because I'm the organizer, but you know, when you organize a lot of stuff, sometimes you forget a name here and there.
Mm. I think it's, you know, at this point there's probably been, well, at least over 100 people individually participating in all Bounty Hunters events that ever existed. So I think it's entirely valid for you to not know the names of every single one of them.
All right, but after this game, we will definitely know the names and the capabilities of these two players. TheyNay, Axel from France, eebrozgi, Soul player from Finland.
Letting the intros play out, the players letting themselves get ready. Always good. I think there's a certain kind of when participating in something, letting the first intro of a set play through just kind of gets you in the headspace, you know? Like the anticipation builds, and it's just nice.
It's the time when I take out my notebook and check. So what's the round start game plan against this character? No joke, I actually have a Google Doc of stuff like that.
I was expecting just a physical notebook. I would be the type to have a physical notebook. Because I do.
I'll fucking do it. Once I start going to tournaments live more, I'll take a notebook.
Yeah, no, eebrozgi now with so much meter to play with. Trying to get in that ransom follow-up does find its way though into the bandit bringer approach.
Extending the pressure, and that, yeah, should be an explosive finish. Axel Bomber, take it. This is like a matchup that you see. Oh, you see a lot of big
Classic
hits.
6H start.
Oh, so many big hits.
Oh.
If this was a previous Guilty Gear title, that would have been a stun.
Yeah, that would have been insane. It's just insane amounts of damage as well. It was already insane amount of damage if you take that.
Oh wow. Miss input perhaps, giving TheyNay one more chance to live.
Yeah, I think both of these players maybe still kind of fully booting up, but even still, just the walk-up DP. Another walk-up DP, hello? Was eebrozgi watching the stream earlier? You know, saw Rolle going for it and decided, I'm gonna do that.
Or is it just the Finnish spirit speaking here? We do DPs, I guess?
Oh, really solid, waiting till the last moment. TheyNay just fully baited that burst. And now, eebrozgi very low on health, gets the vortex through. Was that a skill?
I think that was a punish on Snell, right, with the vortex.
Oh, and the meaty Fafnir.
Yeah,
Really solid first game though. It went down to the wire. Both of these players, you know, starting off really evenly matched. Really excited to see how the set develops now.
Yeah, you know, this matchup can be like very back and forth in the you know, one-sidedness. If Axel manages to keep Soul out, Soul can a lot of the times not do a single hit on Axel. But then on the other hand, when you get close with Soul, you can just finish the round right there and then.
Yeah, it's the classic. You first gotta get in on the zoner, and then when you do, you're basically golden. Yeah, TheyNay has plenty of time to still get up there, but the vortex counter hit is big. Gets the wall break. Getting to see both of Soul's supers back to back.
Really keeping TheyNay on their feet. Sort of putting the facts on the table. I'm gonna swing wild, and you better watch out for it. Another wild swing, unfortunately swinging themselves into the corner. TheyNay now, with a lot of needed real estate, gets it with a too heavy OTG.
Yeah. just, again, down to the wire this first round. Both of these players just playing their hearts out already. I love to see it.
Oh my god, the revolver recovers so fast!
Now just playing very slowly. This eebrozgi here was just trying to keep in mind the kind of the burst that TheyNay still had to use. Again, you really want to try hard to bait it out when you're playing against a zoner, because if you're bursted by a zoner, you're back to their preferred range. So you're gonna have to get back in all like over again.
Yeah, and TheyNay taking that advice to heart and not committing on that pressure sequence, just, you know, because Axel has a lot of these tools. For example, jump slash, you can just snipe them for far range and not risk it. Why not if your opponent is at very low health?
Ooh, big hit on the Fafnir. That's a massive starter. Already starting the round with 50% less life on TheyNay's side. Just going for the Vortex quite a bit on this neutral game here. I think eebrozgi is just, you know, a lot of sort of moves that Axel has can be low profile by it, so eebrozgi is just trying to skip neutral as much as possible with it, so... Oh, the lingering gunflame does still hit TheyNay and get a counter hit. And jumping with the Bandit Bringer over the 2 heavy, I think? Yeah, was it 2 heavy? Again, another Vortex finding a hit in by eebrozgi. Another Vortex to go close, but this time TheyNay was ready with the 2K2D. Gets the command grab in, tries to go for it again with eebrozgi. Manages to jump over. And now just playing the distance game. 2H, the jump slash. The DP on wake up from eebrozgi sends half of TheyNay's health flying.
Oh, the plus frames! Oh, sees the burst!
Sees the burst! And gets the round done.
The most classic burst bait in Strive, when you've already RC'd and you see the RC explosion is not hitting anything, that's your cue to take the big punish.
Yeah, I instinctively, whenever I RC, I just look at people's burst bar just to double check, you know, maybe I won't notice it in other ways, but just in case. Now, ooh, making it in with the far slash. TheyNay, oh, gets counter hit after the command grab attempt. eebrozgi is in now, using the meter to extend the pressure at very low health, but at the preferred range to be playing against his owner.
Oh wow, what a
back
snail!
Full screen. Gets a really sick cross-up with a jump kick, but unfortunately, the faint gunflame gets punished.
Yeah, eebrozgi has been swinging that gunflame fade quite a bit, which can be kinda dangerous against even full screen, because Rensen does reach from other side of the screen to the other. But I guess in a way that can serve as, you know, sort of like, hit it. I dare you, hit the Rensen, and then as a countermeasure, actually go for like a double jump or an instant air dash. It's a lot of stuff when it comes to the RPS at neutral, especially from jump-ins. Arguably, not a whole lot of characters can get in on Axel on the ground, so you have to commit to those air approaches when, you know, from time to time. Right, TheyNay establishing control here on the second round.
Ooh, going for it, but unfortunately gets hit out.
Might have been a misinput there on Axel Bomber, that 6 heavy. Now the dangerous life threshold at this point. Even like a 5p, jump slash, 2p, a lot of things can just sort of snipe you from across the screen. when playing against Axel, you definitely want to have a little bit of life to spend. One of those characters who can deal you chip damage and small hits on the way in.
Yeah, you know, you're almost guaranteed, unless you're just that godlike, you're just almost guaranteed to take a little bit of damage at least trying to get in on a zoner.
Yeah, it kind of depends on how big risks you're willing to take. If you go for a really big Hail Mary and guess right, I mean, sure. But if you want to abide your time and wait, then yeah, you're gonna take some normals here and there. The jump slash works once again. The wonder button, that one button that sort of, a lot of actual players say that is carrying the character. TheyNay, 2 in a row.
Yeah, bowling ahead all of a sudden a little bit. eebrozgi needs to find the secret sauce to get in right now, and that's kind of a problem with, you know, even not just zoners but just zoner players will have different patterns and different, you know, rhythms that you gotta figure out to get in, and a lot of the times, you know, you just need to figure out what your opponent is playing like in time to still get in. eebrozgi, good wild throw back into the corner now.
That's the value throw that I like to call.
This is the difficult situation to be in if you're TheyNay. eebrozgi even used the burst to keep the positional advantage, but TheyNay managed to find their way out of the corner. But
another value throw!
Up wild throw. Slammed it to the ground, slammed into next round.
And more importantly, slammed them into the corner. A lot of the time when you're pressuring, if you throw them out of the corner, that can be actually disadvantageous to you as Sol. But if you can manage to throw them into the corner, that's big. I've actually never seen this much jump K from another Axel player from before. TheyNay has been using that particular button. Oh, but that's not a good trade for Axel. Oh, dangerous position.
Yeah, actually, Sam, I was thinking of just that before. You know, that jump K seems to be putting in a really reasonable amount of work, but eebrozgi, speaking of work, manages to get 1 point closer to catching back up to TheyNay.
And I feel like that was very Soul kind of round to take. From one oopsie, that trade with Grand Vortex, or what is it, Vortex in this game? Grand Viper? Whatever that move is called. Getting trade out of that into big combo, into a follow-up. That's kind of one of Soul's win conditions.
Yeah, it even has a fairly a long name. It's called Night Raid Vortex.
Yeah, that one.
Very much an anime fighting game move name.
Oh, that BB actually denying the airspace, not letting TheyNay pass through there.
Yeah, Soul out of here acting like the big the flight control tower, just making sure, you know, you have a license to be here. You don't, you can send it back. Speaking of, TheyNay is actually, oh no, that could have been the round end there. Oh no, will this oopsie cost TheyNay the round? Will they be able to find that last hit they need to? Another run-up wild throw. Another wild throw. Will we see a third one? No. Tries to go for the dust. It's a bit too far away. Blocks the dust burst, and goes for another wild throw. That was relentless. Hello, eebrozgi.
It's a lot of wild throwing, considering the matchup and how not very often Sol is supposed to have access to Axel. Has a considerable amount of wild throws already.
Oh, good DP.
Oh, and commits to it. I like that. When you choose to bait, just go all out. They might be delaying.
Yeah, and just like that 70% of Axel's health gone in one fell swoop. Good 2H, stopping the Vortex.
2 from 6, heavy to 2k. It's a little love tap and beats. It goes to McDonald's, I guess. Oh, here comes the Vortex counter hit. Gets an unintentional side swap. That's definitely not what eebrozgi wanted, probably.
Yeah, because I think at that situation you're trying to get Axel over into the corner, but it's still fine. Oh, the Sacred Storm reversal. Never mind, it's not fine for eebrozgi. Just a lot of damage from that, but gets a full charge 5D.
And a throw bait. Oh,
Doesn't get the full combo to get the finisher, which would have potentially killed, and now is at full screen but getting zoned out, but is able to just catch with that 5k. The goated anti-air button.
Uh-oh. That's a very classic like mistake that I used to do in Exert. I was like, all right, I'm ready to punish. I'm crouching. I'll go for 2S, but for actual 2S, it's actually an anti-air. Burst is available. Oh, did they?
And eebrozgi was just trying to respect it, but TheyNay kind of making the most out of eebrozgi's respect for them. Just goes in and finds the hit.
Whew. Lots of back and forth on this one. Now, eebrozgi, is this the first time they're on the lead? It's at least first time in a while.
Yeah, I think this is the first time they've been on the lead, because before this they were 3-1, and they've just taken 3 more points in a row and found their way ahead. So I think they've figured out the sauce. Again, it's what I was talking about earlier. When you're facing a zoner player, you figure out their rhythm, and then when you start to be able to get in, you're forcing them to be a lot more active with how they're going for their zoning.
Alright, combo drop, but that's kind of okay. You would have had to take the wall break without, you know, super either way. Sometimes maintaining your position is better. Speaking of, gets the combo, gets the juggle. And TheyNay's out of that round. Got a very strong start. Oh, the FD pushing eebrozgi away and the 5 heavy whiffs. That was great.
Oh, and now just the Renton explosions, keeping eebrozgi bouncing around. And this is quite an aggressive Axel play. Really going in for it. The Vortex comes in now, and Axel, you kept yourself way too close. Look at that, the 5P anti-air very solidly keeps TheyNay back into the corner, but a gold burst comes through and assures the round win for TheyNay.
I mean, eebrozgi gotta be sort of happy with that. Oh, let me show you how to use that gold burst, sir. But TheyNay was respecting
TheyNay was
that
just
thing.
ready, but still, it's almost just, it's so difficult to get a proper punish on block gold burst in neutral in this game.
Yeah, it's much less minus than blue burst for sure, and not to speak about the pushback as well.
Yeah, it's -10, and a lot of people just, they might block it and not be ready to go for something.
Oh, the anti-air situation, but TheyNay choosing the perfect button for the job. I think not even like Soul would have to 6P that. 5k is not gonna do it, right?
Yeah, especially because TheyNay opted to go for the double jump before hitting the jump heavy.
The clutch, last-second decisions that make or break sets. And now 4 even, eebrozgi first to... Oh, wait a second, the second hit doesn't actually connect.
Oh, and then Gunflame just barely doesn't hit TheyNay.
Trying the FD again. The FD pushes eebrozgi out of the cancel range of 5 heavy, and manages to clear the situation. That was absolutely great defense by TheyNay. And now we're back in Axel territory. Slowly chipping down. As 2P catch the jump for, sorry, the dash forward. Great round for TheyNay.
Yeah, I think TheyNay just found their groove back. Speaking of groove, eebrozgi with a really solid wake up heavy DP, just going straight for it. Nice. Solid air throw.
Oh, but then the strive back throw incident.
Yep. And wake up DP. Not enough to send you back into the next screen, but just like you were talking about before, those soul chain jumpies, the classic, and we're gonna see. Oh no! Just as one vision was about to activate, yeah, eebrozgi is able to block it and go in for a punish.
That was a risky chip attempt there. I think eebrozgi didn't have the meter. I kind of missed it. Oh my goodness! Just dash full screen into 50.
Hello. Blocks the dust, the burst. Just wanted to get that out of the way, and now coming in already off of the advantage.
RC into a kill.
That takes the game. Once again, up a point, 5-4.
You know, that 5D air chase situation is kind of weird. You like, a lot of the times you can get the burst if you bait, but it's kind of hard to get the punish in the air. And if you get the burst but not the punish, it's kind of same as, you know, just dropping your combo. Or like, wait, if you were doing your combo and they burst it, right? So gotta be ready to go for the jump cancel after the blocked burst in the air.
Yeah, and some characters do struggle to get the burst afterwards, so you might not be able to be, you know, guaranteed with that.
Yeah, and it's not gonna lead into like super high damage combo either after that. Alright, eebrozgi on the path to get a decent lead here if they manage to get this round. Oh, the gamble, wow! Playing so aggressively, so fast, using everything, but now the burst has been used, the meter has been used, and TheyNay technically has a very nice position to establish here. As long as they can build some distance between Sol and Axel. But again, eebrozgi not giving away an inch, pushing in.
Definitely a wild throw enjoyer. Go for it a lot. I was actually thinking it feels like eebrozgi is gonna go for one of those next. Now at very low health, just needs to find a hit in. Well, both players only need to find a hit in, but TheyNay is the one that gets ahead, and now.
And there's the jump K again.
And there's a run-up wild throw again.
Damn! It's definitely a case. It feels like it's a case of, you know.
Oh no! Unfortunately, that one vision hitting whilst eebrozgi is getting up, so doesn't actually get the time stop.
Oh! The cancel! Yo, that's sheer brilliance!
Hello? Oh no, the unfortunate misinput on the Axel Bomber. But the reversal Tyrant Rave.
Oh my god, Vortex anti-airing!
But eebrozgi is able to get the Vortex in, gets that gold burst in, but gets grabbed afterwards.
What is going on?
Who says you can't get grab burst and strive? I just saw that happen.
That was... It's like both players got served like 5 plates of carbonara, and as the waiter comes and sets the plate in front of their, you know, table, they just swipe it on the ground and say, bring me another, bring me another, bring me another.
That's a lot of carbs.
That is.
Solid hit, forces the burst off right away. Ooh, just barely doesn't get the Vortex hit.
Ooh, okay. Chooses the cash out here for the side switch. And the meaty close slash. sort of danger territory if Sol wants to hit the Volcanic Viper. It's gonna do big damage and get Sol their turn back. But on the other hand, even if it's a zoner, sometimes you gotta respect zoners' close range pressure, especially in Guilty Gear.
Oh, the run up gets grabbed. TheyNay is just ready for it.
The Gunflame barely misses. Oh, the straight hit converted into very decent combo once the wall break. But this will go back to neutral against Axel, so TheyNay is gonna have an opportunity here.
Yeah, the 2H finds a hit right away. Goes for the close slash. The Volcanic Viper wake up once again. And TheyNay getting hello.
Burst. I think that was like an instance where the burst was actually brilliant. I think if TheyNay tries to interrupt with one vision, that burst will actually beat it. So there was method behind that madness, I want to say.
Absolutely, but I do have to say, going into this third round with no burst, you know, feels like a disadvantage, but even still, eebrozgi already on the offensive, getting a solid hit with a BB. Oh, but jump slash once again. That button gets an air throw and a close slash meaty. Let's just take the set.
eebrozgi didn't go for that air throw too many times, but I think that was 2 out of 2 in very clutch situations and finishes it up like a old school Guilty Gear player.
Yeah, eebrozgi just at the end there was just saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going balls to the wall, and it paid off. The wild soul gameplay really just worked, and TheyNay just couldn't keep up. But incredibly well played from both players. And I'm excited. I was excited when I saw the card for this next set.
Actually, speaking of the next set, so JTT said that they need an emergency fast match next, so we're gonna actually jump into the last match of the card for the next match. So it's gonna be Fecian Jacko versus JTT Gotlewis. A quick switcherino, two big boys in a matchup that we've seen quite a few times on Bounty Hunters.
Have we seen the Jacko Gotlewis? I don't know it that much. We've seen individually Fecian quite a few times, and obviously we've seen Gotlewis, but I mean maybe we have. I'll trust you as the TO, but I don't recall seeing this specific matchup that much.
It's not like I've ever been wrong or anything about the stats. No. Either way, for viewers who are confused, so we skipped past two matchups which are not yet played. The JuxtAPoser versus Jufee, as well as HDM versus Dekapact, is gonna be played after this, but for now we're gonna do this one because JTT has to go fairly early, so to get everybody their match, we're gonna clear this out first.
Oh.
Actually, now that we have a couple of seconds of downtime, I am going to check. So, Jacko versus... Pretty sure we've played this matchup before. Or maybe I'm wrong. Wait, maybe this is the first time we see this matchup. Pog?
And have we seen JTT around?
No, this will be the first time we see JTT on screen. This is the other Swiss player that I was advertising at the start of the event. This might be even stronger player than than the Tiger, if numbers are to believe. So Swiss FGC representing against Fecian, Jacko. You know, that one Jacko player who I think hasn't ventured off of Jacko even once after her release.
Character loyalist. I mean, she's a really cool design in this game. I really love Jacko's just unique character in Strive. So, it's two of my personal kind of favorite characters to watch in this game. So, playing here today, apparently Fecian is saying that they have actually played before against another Gold Lewis here.
So should at least have the hint of matchup experience, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't think it will have been this season with the kind of beefed up Jacko. Speaking of beefed up Jacko, really decisive first round for Fecian, but JTT is coming in with a vengeance on the second one, already having taken over 60% of Fecian's life.
One opportunity to go back to neutral, just like this, can swing the momentum. Oh, yeah, Fecian doesn't want to take it.
Yeah, absolutely not. And the Skyfish actually being able to unsummon the minion by forcing Jacko to block full screen. Really smart stuff, but you're back into the corner against Jacko, against the setup.
You know, I think JTT is dead here. Look how slowly they're building their burst gauge and the tension gauge.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. The 5Ds, yeah, two of them find their hits in and get the game one.
Yeah, that is basically the Jacko checkmate. That's her victory condition. If you get in the corner and you don't have meter, you don't have burst, it's... You're not gonna get out. If the Jacko player doesn't make a mistake, you don't get out. At that point, it's, you know, you can IB for a meter, you can try to gather more, but it's like, I personally don't know what the fuck to do. Alright, goes under, switch size as well, very nice.
Yeah, going to the side, you know, Jacko is a lot of always trying to go to the side that's closer to the wall.
I really love that conversion out of the RC that Fecian made there, sort of preparing the corner for the minions. Could have probably done a bigger combo, but put themselves in a better position because they set two minions up already.
And once again, there's just this kind of event horizon almost of the Jacko setup in the corner, and eventually it's not just an infinite block string where and Jacko just goes for a 5D backed up by an attack command, and you know that 5D is just gonna be enough to open you up and take just enough damage to be forced into death.
Oh my, the 6 heavy actually hits Gold Lewis standing there.
And Gold Lewis is a big dude. But oh wow, this is such a solid hit. And once again, with the bootleg Yozansen.
That's really what it is. It's like, it hits so late depending on your angle.
A clash with the Behemoth Typhoon. It is, you know, fully destroyed at a Typhoon. Fecian just running away from the burst.
Lucky for JTT was able to delete the minions earlier with the burst. Yeah, Fecian is down backing here.
Yeah,
But
the little guys may be back, but Fecian is able to get themselves in the situation where they can put the minions down again. It's actually breaking the walls almost. You know, it is unfortunate. The Jacko doesn't want to lose the kind of wall there, because as you can see now, Fecian just has to build back up the situation where they can attack.
On the other hand, you know, if Gold Lewis doesn't get the security drone out, you're kinda okay-ish at neutral as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the best thing that Gold Lewis can do is what we saw earlier with JTT doing, and I think they were aware of this, and that's why they were doing it. It's the ability for Gold Lewis to just skyfish and force Jacko to block some shots to get all of the minions out of the screen, I think that's the best thing that you can do against her.
Yeah, because I think there was some fuckery
Solid
with...
block, the back throw incident, and opting to break the wall with the super.
Big finish, suplex them. I say big, but I mean...
Yeah, it's kind of... It feels wrong to see Elysian Driver do that little damage, but it is Gold Lewis.
Really important jabs there from JTT, deleting the minions as they're coming in as well as they can. But again, escaping the corner, such a chore. Oh, finds a way in. And we're closing the other corner, but again, another good 5B from Fecian. That seems to be like a very good button so far. Fecian has been used that to very, very well on the defense. Has to respect the Iron Cannon though. The right Behemoth takes Fecian into the corner, and where's the escape now? Where's your 5B now?
We are seeing two characters here who kind of do the same thing to each other, just... If Gold Lewis is kind of on the field, just on your face, throwing a lot of plus frames, there's not much you can do, especially as Jacko. You don't have a lot of opportunities to do much against him. And
is that gonna miss?
Does that hit?
Wrong direction.
It does! But the jump dust projectile still finds a way in.
You know, it's such a mosquito bite, but that jump dust is like the most annoying thing ever, I tell you, especially for these characters who have mobility issues. Alright, the drone is out, but yeah, I think the drone is not as good in this matchup, I think, because of course Jacko has the super buffed minions that erase other projectiles as well as being able to activate the parry command. So unless you're already in like this kind of a position where Jacko doesn't have, you know, space to move, I think the drone is not gonna be that useful.
Oh, unfortunately, going back to neutral here might be very dangerous for Fecian, but is able to throw that minion full speed and getting the kind of hero play with Lil Guy. And taking the round.
Ooh, that was a good run, but didn't commit to the button afterwards. It can be hard to make these judgment calls. Here's a big hit though. Hold this. And Fecian is holding. The goons, they're coming in. Not the bees. Is that a good hit? Yes, indeed.
Ooh. And even with a churn, just for good measure, and crossing up on the drone, but Fecian is ready to block that. Finds a hit, respects the burst, JTT delays it and still gets a hit, but it's still a rough position to be in.
The drone collides with the parry command, gets annihilated instantly. I wonder, how do you counterplay that? Oh, did they commit? Yes, they did.
Oh, and JTT just like that manages to take it to round 3 after it looking so dire on this one.
At this point, I think most of the rounds that JTT has been able to get is with the reversal super. But how long is that gonna work?
Yeah, this is a, you know, again, I feel like every time Fecian is here, or Carrot, the kind of two Jacko players in the EMEA region.
Oh, good FD! Pushes JTT away, and the 2 heavy whiffs.
And now JTT really close to being in the corner, but manages to get a TK Behemoth out. Salvages a lot, but
I'm really torn between whether that TK Behemoth was like what JTT wanted to do, but it was really good for that situation.
The blocked gold burst and the punish from the drone. But yeah, no, as I was saying, I mean, I don't need to not forget Pichu. I thought Pichu had given up on Jacko. Are they back on her? But, you know, what I'm trying to say is there's very few Jacko players in the region, so
Yeah, for
this
sure.
is such a hard matchup to get experience on, especially when you're then suddenly faced with, you know, players like Carrot, players like Fecian, who just have all the setups, know what they're doing super well, and you know, how do you get the knowledge to play that?
Yeah, because you can't really emulate top level players' playstyle very easily on a character that's this technical, right?
Yeah, has such specific setups. Solid cross-up blocks. And yeah, Fecian now sending the minion behind JTT.
Oh, miss on the OTG, but yeah, one last hit point left. What can you do when Jacko has the initiative on you? It's a good straight hit. Here we go. Blocks the cross up this time. Good adaptation. The guy extending, spending all of their minion gauge, and catching the backdash. Really would, yeah, I think Fecian really would have liked to activate the extra minion gauge build there. Oh, is that plus? Looks like even. I've never seen Skyfish at that range before. Reaching, trying the jump D, finally hits, and this is it. The throw is broken. Oh! Is that gonna kill? This will do a lot of damage, but this is Gongmu's we're talking about. No, the boy is thick.
Oh, and did Fecian commit to anything? No, they were mindful of the reversal. Maybe they heard you say, you know, JTT has been getting so many rounds with that reversal that they just decided to be more careful, and it paid off.
It's like, at this point, you probably pick up on their habits here and there, and JTT really loves to lean on that. And no, I guess no, with really good reasoning, it is a big momentum swing. You can get a lot of damage and your turn as well from that.
Oh, the 6 heavy coming in. JTT just trying to get that corner going.
Or, you know, it could have been misinputs on the, you know, reversal super purple RC as well. So, who knows? Oh, the little guy. Not helping for this combo. Is it enough? Very close.
There's a very little bit of health left on JTT, but yeah, there's absolutely no way you're gonna be able to get through to that.
Yeah, because Jacko is kind of like we talked about Axel earlier. You're gonna be taking some chip damage when you're trying to get in on Jacko. There's no two ways about it. Oh my god, actually clears that pressure situation. JTT with a big reversal, jump slash counter hit. Drops the combo, wants to get the super here. This is actually gonna kill. This is brilliant.
Road Oki. And with a wall break, with the full churns.
My god, JTT with the optimal drop chose to not take the wall break for the victory.
Yeah, because Lord knows it's been difficult to play neutral around Jacko. Oh, the swing, the big guy's coming through and finds the hits in. The drone is still there though, waiting for Fecian to come down. Forcing him to block. Oh, this will get baited. And yeah, Fecian just used the opportunity to get a setup going.
The all-important side switch. Break the
Now,
wall.
yeah, with the big Elysion driver.
Oh, we're pushing, we're milking. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Yo, I didn't even realize, but that's why we're not the Jacko players and Fecian is.
That was such a good spot. And just realizing, you know what, I can get more damage in going in.
Yeah, that's such an unconventional spot to realize. Like, I didn't realize at all. I guess that's the hours and hours of experience that Fecian has. All right, going under and ready to set up the shop here. I think Probably taking the hit here and forcing the wall break is better for JTT, even though they are back in this situation with very little health. Because before they didn't have any meter to speak of. And if you get sort of stuck in that grinder for extended periods of time, just blocking the minion pressure, Jacko is gonna accumulate risk on you, as well as the chip damage, little by little. Oh, nice 2P, deletes the minion coming in. Oh, JTT actually in a pretty good spot here, milking it for damage. One more touch, it's a cross-up! The thick Milia strikes again.
That's always amazing to see. It's just the Gold Lewis has some of the most passionate players, and the fact that people do so much different stuff with such a big character with such slow moves. It makes me smile every time.
Ooh, important gold burst.
Gold burst, forcing Fecian out of the corner.
Wait a second.
The reversal grab.
Alright, important out. The minions are out. The offensive has been cleared.
There's a drone coming. Oh, the parry command
was a little too early. But now Fecian, grasping back the momentum, only needs a couple more hits. That's gonna be the combo to kill. And as good as it looked for JTT, Fecian again steals the round at the last possible moment. Was that 7 already?
Was it? Oh, JTT is asking to swap the song.
Oh. Okay. That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
We're good with that.
This is gonna be the power-up music that will this bring the reverse sweep?
The birthday train? Is it coming?
I really hope so. JTT.
Hell, I would be so triggered if somebody gets out of the game and switches song to Birthday Train on me.
I think that would be based on them.
Right. Watch JTT's Poison of Choice.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Damn, I'm almost as excited for this.
Oh. Big Hellfire.
Going in with the Exert Classics. And on the last attempt, ooh, the drone is actually accurate this time. Burst comes out. Nice delete on the drone once again. And now, oh, Fecian has so much meter. Yeah, good recognition for JT. They can't get stuck there in the corner, but in the end they do.
Oh, it's very difficult to avoid the setup. When the minions are already out, you're gonna struggle. I do have to note that JTT also swapped their colors around. They're going for the black and red Gold Lewis.
Uh-oh, that TK coffin swing definitely wasn't meant. And now the big finisher. Fecian making good work towards getting the set. This is set point. Fecian, Jacko. But what does JTT have to say about that? In the matchup that feels...
Plus frames. Fecian is in positive, so they have the tension to keep FDing for a while. Oh, walking after the YRC, sending in an exploding minion. You don't see that very often.
2PP forced to burst out of the situation. It's just a little bit of damage, but how did they... Oh my god.
Fecian really wants to take the win right here, right now. Has so much meter to play with now.
Ooh, that was good.
Power slash. Oh, and another 2D finds the hit and takes the set.
God, that far slash at the end there from JTT was so manly, able to delete the two problem number 1 and problem number 2, but problem number 3 still on the screen. Jacko has health, Jacko has range. And that's how it happened.
It's as they say, that is how the cookie crumbles.
Yep.
While we wait for the next set, I'm going to very, very quickly get some water for myself, and I'll be right back.
Okie doke. So now we are backpedaling into a JuxtAPoser versus Jufee set that we had to skip earlier. So get hype. We have one of the Faust Grandmasters of EMEA region in the house, baby. Against one of the finest Nago players in Finland. I mean, we have many. But Jufee, the man to rise to the occasion this time. Yeah, so this will be pretty big. I feel like JuxtAPoser is another story of one of those very quickly developing players, in my opinion. I remember, like, more than half a year ago or so, they were already pretty strong, but maybe lacked some amount of confidence in certain matchups. I think now, if they were to play those same matchups that they played on Bounty Hunters that time, they really wouldn't lose anymore, right? From a strong player to basically a living legend, one of the most highly ranked Faust players in this region. I mean, if you tell me to name another Faust player who's stronger, more accomplished, more, you know, famous than JuxtAPoser, like, I'm not really sure what answer to give you.
Oh, here I am, just in time. Ooh. I've been looking forward to this matchup a lot. Two very strong players. You know, one on Nagoriyuki kind of agreed to be one of the best characters in the game against Faust, who, you know, whilst he is considered one of the weakest characters in the game, he's gotten a lot of new toys recently. And supposedly has one of the better matchups against Nagoriyuki, so...
Yeah, supposedly. I mean, got the bomb
That
there.
was a stylish bomb kill.
I'm dialing, ready to call Michael Bay, but maybe not yet. We'll see. Oh, then Beyblade actually gets there in time, prompting JuxtAPoser to use the burst. Good realization from Jufee that they need to block the hammer. The RNG item touch is in there. Oh,
for the fishing reel, getting the burst out of Jufee.
To be very careful, kind of high blood here, so even Fukyo is gonna be a risk until Jufee finds the hit. Very good idea to backdash at round start against Nago. I mean, even the backdash is very risky because Nago, if they choose to hit one of their far-reaching specials, Beyblade, Clone, you're gonna get caught. So there really aren't right or good choices at a round start against Nago, right?
Yeah, it's very difficult. I think, I'm actually not sure because I know, you know, Faust obviously has a 2P and 5P that reach round start and they're quite fast moves. I wonder if they can actually beat out the DP.
I think
Obviously, don't get that much out of them, but
yeah, they should be. But again, yeah, like you said, it's the like how much damage you're gonna get in return. It's basically a mosquito bite versus getting basically killed out of round start.
yeah, oh, really, really solid.
Oh, that was smart. Oh, could have gotten a throw there, but realized I can get something more. Go for close slash, go big or go home. JuxtAPoser opens it up.
Really showing that, like, tier lists don't mean shit, especially when the Doctor is in. I mean, JuxtAPoser, loyal to Faust till the very end. And yeah, no, at full screen, they're just gonna throw a bunch of items out and just hope that shit hits, it sticks on the wall.
Yeah,
The banana unfortunately playing against them, but still managed to get the bomb away. Jufee is just comfortably moving forward slowly, but the health deficit is starting to get felt.
oh,
Level
unblockable.
3 blood though gets grabbed out of the air. Or out of the landing rather. And now, yeah, playing with the last bit of blood.
RC into a mix-up. What's it gonna be? Oh, just opting to be
Jump
very safe.
2K. And there we go, just converts to the next round.
How it's such a wild card, even though a lot of people can. Oh, but here's the DP.
Oh.
They're gonna go for it. Yeah, JuxtAPoser
There we
doesn't have the
go.
burst. So they pop. And the next one, is it throw? Strike? Overhead?
Oh, are we gonna see the baseball? No. Still hit.
I mean, that was as well played on the defensive in that situation as you could have played as JuxtAPoser. I feel like a lot of Nago players are starting to play the throw option more because everybody knows about the instant overhead.
The PRC crow, the PRC command grab rather.
Oh, JuxtAPoser, you fiend! Taking the burst as well as the YRC.
Yeah, it is crazy though that obviously, you know, Jufee got such a crazy conversion with the all of those special moves, and still, because JuxtAPoser was just that patient after the pop and managed to stay safe, you know, the health levels stayed relatively close to each other.
Yeah, we gotta remember, it's high risk, high reward. Even though you get that big combo, you will take that damage. There's no two ways about it.
Solid backdash. Gets 2 items out. This is the thing, you know. Nagoriyuki needs to dedicate resources to getting in with Fugio forward, so a lot of the time Faust does get to throw more items against Nago than against a lot of other characters, unless obviously the Nago is already at level 3 blood and can throw some big normals.
Yeah, and then with those items, JuxtAPoser, speaking of the items, JuxtAPoser has been throwing a lot of little guys, which with the buff is, I feel like, really annoying to deal with for...
Yeah, you know, just now Jufee managed to get a Beyblade hit, which would have been devastating, but the little guy forced Jufee to just drop the combo and block.
It's the, like, sort of the Slayer problem all over again. If there's some junk on the ground, you can't use your, you know, horizontal movement options as freely.
Yeah, and with that said, that was such a good take-up from Jufee, getting the round win. And yeah, going for the Fugio back Beyblade round start. Also just getting the blood up to level 3 to then, yeah, just control the screen.
And now we're very high blood. Oh, lucky for Jufee. Fukyo into the horn.
But
Gets a combo
the
breaker.
horn actually, you know, working in favor. The little guys going against their master, getting the round for Jufee.
I mean, that's sometimes how it is. Once the horn has been thrown, it's a mini game. It's sort of a meta game. The race, whoever picks that one first.
Oh, the 6H counter hit. Yeah, that was about the best place you can burst as Juxt, to just not get messed up. Solid. Oh, there's some meteors crossing up with them, but Jufee now got the little guys. Got the grab.
Oh,
Another set of meteors, this time not crossing up, but Jufee still getting the block, and now converting, and that's just death.
Hey, you already know. Yeah, in terms of consistency and combo execution, Jufee is definitely one of the more capable players. Very mechanically adept player, so Nago in that sense fits them really well. Always ready to convert into the most flashiest combos and has some really cool tech as well. Oh, what a bait! The back hook kill!
And there goes another game. Yeah, as we said earlier today, first 2 games, they're just information, and Jufee just equaled out the score.
Probably early.
So you need to be careful.
eager to return the favor after that nutty double read earlier by JuxtAPoser.
Oh, the DP hitting at the maximum of vertical distance, but the head was still there to stop Jufee from getting a good conversion off of it. Force to block the hammer. Here comes the trumpet. Both of these players are going to want to contest for it.
Oh, this time didn't went for the jump D. Finds a small hit. Avoids the banana peel.
Head in the corner, too far up to get hit by the 2H. That's not something you see all the time. Jufee whiff grabbing into the PRC, but JuxtAPoser still able to punish and take the round.
That was a really messy situation. I think after that mix was not punishable by a throw, so predicting that Jufee is actually gonna try to throw mash there. Speaking of throw mashing, in the corner you go.
And just throwing items now, there's a big bunch of bananas there to grab. 2 bombs to play around. Yeah. Oh, gets between the 2 bombs.
Straight phone call to Michael Bay there. 2. I didn't think I've seen 2 bomb combo yet on Strive.
First time for everything. The YRC now, Jufee breaking out, forcing the burst out of JuxtAPoser, who wants to go for the win right here.
Very nice.
Trumpet. And yeah, puts Jufee in a lot of block string. They're still at level 3 blood, which on one hand is good, you get the big normals, on the other hand, you can't use any specials.
JuxtAPoser has the item.txt open, another meteor at the best possible time, and Jufee has no choice but to guess left and right there. I think going airborne is even worse than staying on the ground. I think that's like all you can do, just guess.
Really good grab on the Fukyo forward. Goes for an item toss, gets a hammer which stops Jufee from mashing forward.
Oh, the second hammer!
Yeah, Jufee actually managed to run up far enough to not get hit by it.
What a whiff
finish line. We're gonna see a big conversion? No! I think it was the problem of RRCing backward. There we go. Solid round from JuxtAPoser.
Got the whiff punishability of JuxtAPoser's fishing pole. Have hit it like 2 times out of 2 now when they've attempted. That's really like one unappreciated whiff punish tool, because that fishing pole does so much damage and builds so much meter. Right, here we go. Very high on blood. Oh, they're gonna pop.
They're gonna pop, but it's such a good setup. Yeah, they managed to get a good meaty close slash on the knockdown.
That's such a scary situation, because it's not only a high-low, but then also a strike throw, so basically a 4-way mix-up.
That's a lot of blood just spent. Went for the command grab, didn't get it, but it's fine. Still gets the wall break. Look at this health disadvantage for JuxtAPoser. And Jufee is still not done gaining blood from that whole sequence.
1 hit is all that it takes. Can JuxtAPoser keep the beast away? Yeah, no meters cancel.
After that makes, which unfortunately just 2-.
It's kind of like a Faust, very common Faust problem that you don't have in a lot of situations after a lot of normals. You don't have a lot of good special cancels or safe special cancels, so sometimes you just gotta hit it and try to frame trap into a mix. Yeah, like so. Luckily, in a lot of situations, you have the 50 meter to back it up. Again, JuxtAPoser trying to
really solid 6B. And now, yeah, finding a hit with a Beyblade. This is just death. Cutting a combo, I think, early? I guess you could always RRC, but yeah, just going for the 6H to kill. Solid DP once again, but the head remains in place.
I wonder, because you trade there, if that's worth the blood investment just to get 1 trade.
Well, I think in this situation it just might not be worth because Jufee needs to be very careful. I think as soon as blood starts going up, oh no, they hit enough normal sprint, but it's very dangerous place to be playing.
Oh no! JuxtAPoser missing the critical combo. Still alive somehow, crawling under that bar slash, and salvages
Gets
it.
the conversion. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Don't play with my heart like that.
Solid hit. Yeah, forcing the burst out on that fishing reel.
Yep, that's pretty okay, because there's not gonna be the next round, so might as well spend the burst for that. Oh my god, that was such a back and forth. First backing up with a mix, then coming back.
I think it was just JuxtAPoser trying to make it not be super minus. Yeah. Going for the 5 Ps on the Fukio forward. Tries to go for the 6 heavy, but Jufee is ready to punish that. Pops now. Jumps over the reversal super, which is unfortunately too slow for that.
So that will cover multiple options. That will take care of the strike and the throw. But unfortunately, that will not cover the instant overhead option, it seems, huh?
And just like that, for the first time in the set, Jufee has actually pulled forward, isn't it? Because it has just been kind of equal for a while.
Oh, barely whipping. Faust 6B, not necessarily as... Oh, here we go. The
Yeah,
2 6 heavy is so much
stages.
damage.
That was 40% of Faust health in 2 buttons.
You can tell Jufee wants that jump D counter hit. Playing it
yeah.
so much in the pressure situations. Missed it. Oh, the cross up.
That's the cross up mix. And now goes for the jump D, setting the Afro on fire. And Jufee just staying back to not have the guard crush be a problem, but
God,
still.
that's a kill.
JuxtAPoser gets in, gets the super.
Another great example of presence of mind here from top players, realizing that's a kill. Let me burn everything I have to jump in the next round.
Especially on Faust, there's so many situations where, Faust combos just get scaled so aggressively that you will spend all of your resources and then leave your opponent with just a tiny little bit of health, and now you have no resources to get another hit to get your last combo off. JuxtAPoser here is just holding on to the burst for the next round.
Very smart, very smart. Lots of blood being burned.
Well played on Jufee, just going for the grab, knowing that JuxtAPoser...
No, the 2S! Call the police!
A lot of explosions now. Jufee trying to get in, but forced to just block a lot. Goes in, gets an Afro.
That's so smooth. That might actually kill.
A lot of damage.
Oh, not quite.
Gets scaled a bit too aggressively. Is it level 3 blood? Still has the hair on. Still, it was still up. It gets set on fire. JuxtAPoser.
Oh, I can't
Just
believe
a
it.
6 piece jump heavy. Will this be a heroic comeback from Jux?
Oh, it's so close.
Jufee has so much meter. Yeah, JuxtAPoser is just respecting it.
Spending all that meter just to be able to move forward a little bit more.
Too
And
heavy.
It doesn't pay
Oh.
off!
And oh no.
Oh
Okay.
no, did you?
Oh, that's it. What a heroic comeback round for JuxtAPoser. So close to getting taken out.
And actually, it goes back so far from the round. The Afro that Jufee picked up during that super actually ended up being a very detrimental thing for him. Now Meteors, left, right. Yeah, good block there on the cross-up. Jufee.
Oh,
there it is!
oh, there it is. The jump does cross up, but the burst forcing Jufee into the corner, but they're having none of that.
Like this safety, both players. Ooh, the cross-up
Another
once again.
cross-up.
Nutty.
How many cross-ups can you block? How many times can you guess what's gonna come? Oh, and the jump 2K finds its way in. Trying to whiff punish with the fishing reel.
Really close to the popping there. Nice, able to jump over the first. And wait, was that jump 2K against Beyblade?
Hey, jump 2K, yeah, just beat the startup of Beyblade.
That is nutty. Jump 2K doesn't have the best hitbox whatsoever.
It is still one of, Faust's most good old reliable buttons. When a Faust player knows how to use that button well, it does so much good. And now, that jump D still hitting there.
Yeah, too bad the wall wasn't close enough.
Oh, really solid punish on the burst actually, by going for the fishing poke.
JuxtAPoser holding so many different tools. And here come even more. The bombs, the items, the everything.
Yeah, that's just gonna be damage.
Once again, JuxtAPoser moving into the leading position. God, once again, we've had so many back and forths this evening.
Yeah, this has been a very well matched event so far. Ooh,
another cross up.
Was that only because of the extra hard blocks from the head?
You know what? That might have been actually. That goes to show, like, you should not underestimate the power of the Afro.
Yeah, and it's really rough, especially since, in here, Faust can pick up the Afro himself to throw a better hair bomb, so sometimes it might just be in your favor to take it.
Yeah, it's really hard to determine. Oh, the RC here. Are they gonna back off?
There's the trumpet there.
Oh,
is Jufee gonna get it? This is gonna be allow for such a good meaty situation.
Good challenge.
Yeah, the challenge after the Beyblade.
Now, is it -1 or -2?
I think it's all the way up to -3 now after the nerf.
JuxtAPoser working on a very nice combo, but like we all know, one hit from Nago can definitely equalize the situation. There we go, that's a punish! Has to spend the burst to keep Jufee.
Wants to go for the win right here, wants to go up and get close to that set point. But the DP finds its way in. Jufee now at super high blood, needs to be super careful. But RCs breaks the wall, will have positive bonus, still has a burst. There's hope for Jufee here. Absolutely, it's not over.
Oh, he's gonna pop. He has to finish!
Yeah.
He goes for it! He bets it all! In a position where they're gonna pop if they don't get the mix-up in. And it pays off!
And even goes into this round with a burst ready.
Jufee embracing.
Smart from Jufee. And a DP hit into the 2H. Such a solid conversion here.
Oh, there was an attempt! I like that, but the misfire a little too... I'm not sure if that was early or late.
Oh, going for a lot of blood moves already again.
Again, crawl under that far slash. The Faust special. Jufee missing the snipe. Landing recovery. Oh, finds a hit! And no burst for JuxtAPoser. Goes 5 even once again.
What a set we're witnessing right here. Jufee, from such a disadvantageous position, played all of the cards, bet everything, got it right, and managed to still then take the point.
I'm kind of sad that JuxtAPoser missed that previous burst, because that was meant to burst Jufee out of the pop setup.
Yeah, because that ended up being such a good setup for Jufee, being able to pop and then still get a meaty quote-unquote close slash afterward. But, just the way these things are. And Nagori Yuki, when you can turn your kind of disadvantageous mechanic into a advantageous mechanic, it's very good. Oh, the unfortunate...
I think he tried to be sneaky and get the hit, or get the crab in before the horde. Oh my gosh.
This time, Jufee guessed the cross-up coming, but there was no cross-up to be had. Oh, 2 bombs are in play. More bombs, more items. It's the first time we've seen the item super. JuxtAPoser gets hit by the minions.
And Jufee
takes the opportunity to convert. Doesn't get a wall break.
Oh,
and
burst!
Wall burst.
So close! Not attempting the OTG, just going for that throw instead. You know, OTG in that situation might have actually not killed, so...
Such an unfortunate drop from Jufee on getting that wall break there. Oh. Good burst from JuxtAPoser.
Yeah, keeps the corner. Oh, but only for so long. Jufee didn't have the meter though to... Or the
JuxtAPoser was just hoping for Jufee to pop there, but there was no pop. All 2 afros. Jump dust, good hit.
Again,
has to jump over the banana peel.
RC for pressure. Jufee holding steady.
Solid backdash. Look at that risk gauge. Typically, you'd expect Faust to be at that much risk.
It's sort of unfortunate that Jufee is hitting so many good jump Ds mid-screen, because I think there's no combo to be had unless you're in the corner. Again, look at that.
Solid 6P. From above. Oh, and an attempted YRC. JuxtAPoser avoids it and punishes. And now, yeah, the crossover and close slash anti-air.
Goddamn, both players are on some sort of astral layer of Yomi, representing options that we've never seen before.
Just had a little bit of a teabag from Just, or just an attempt at inputting something. What is going on in this set?
I put them into the corner. Oh,
Banana peel.
All the good items, I swear! These top level Faust players and their RNG with items. Good reaction,
good
yeah.
6P. Now, you know, if we really think about it, these 2 players are just about at the same amount of health. Oh, but JuxtAPoser getting a solid command grab and then blowing up the afro for the conversion.
No matter how much life you have on Nago, this is gonna kill. And it's JuxtAPoser who arrives to the faded 6 points first. I'm gonna be honest, I sort of thought Jufee as the underdog for this matchup, but they've completely proved me wrong, and proving that they can, you know, hang in there with the best of EMEA.
Yeah. And right now, managing to grab the horde, and it could have been so sick if they could have extended the combo with the little guys after the jump dust hit mid-screen.
Good idea, but the 5 heavy, no anti-air this time. JuxtAPoser.
Grab.
What's it
What are we gonna see afterward?
Oh, too far away.
A hit with jump slash, but the Afro explosion actually covers JuxtAPoser.
Yo, there's the whip punish! And this time Jufee actually pays a little higher cost whipping the burst, because this is the first round. Pushing forward, Jufee.
Oh. Item. Oh, solid head.
God, there's so much junk.
And yeah, after the little guy coming in close for the command grab, getting the round. Now, this is potentially set point to Jufee.
Yo, round's not 6P?
And it works! Into the setup, getting the safe jump hit. Oh,
damn,
covering the whiff grab.
That's tragic!
With the explosion for the Afro.
Even when Jufee gets right, he gets wrong.
Yeah, super close now to losing the set. Jufee just needs to throw it all at the wall now.
Oh my god, he has the meter.
Oh no, is this it? Oh, respecting the burst, and Jufee just holding onto it, grabs the
left,
donut,
right,
gets a little bit of healing, just decides to burst, doesn't want to risk it.
Oh, he tried
and
it!
Explosion for the head.
Jufee wanted it so bad. The 2 jump Ds, but they miss. And upon miss, you go into, I believe, landing recovery. And JuxtAPoser is the player who manages to swing the momentum at the most crucial moment. Nevertheless, what a freaking set. Like I said, I definitely didn't give enough credit in my own heart to my kinsman Jufee. I was way closer than I expected.
Yeah, really cool set to see. These two players brought their A game, and honestly, so far we've seen so many close sets.
And we got one more to go.
Yeah, Dekapact on Happy Chaos once again versus HDM.
One more player into the grinder. Who is gonna stop Dekapact's advancement? Who will slay the Happy Chaos? Is it gonna be May?
The only Happy Chaos representation we really get on the show right now, I think. We've not really seen anyone else. Versus, you know, a newcomer named HDM, right? As far as I can see in the sheet, in our data, we've never seen HDM with us.
Yeah, HDM May from Russia versus Dekapact. I guess also from Russia. I guess we've claimed Dekapact for our own for now, being situated in Finland at the moment. I wonder if these guys know each other. And on one hand, it's basically the Evo Grand Finals again. May versus Happy Chaos, and I think this matchup isn't too bad for May, right? Because May, the Dolphins being, you know, kind of like a pseudo dash, able to threaten Happy Chaos in certain situations where some other characters might not.
And also just generally having a really solid movement outside of even just the Dolphins. You know, being able to kind of navigate stuff around the clone, I think, is a big part of the Happy Chaos matchup. So I'm interested to see what we see HDM do. Obviously, not knowing them as a player yet, I'm very curious to see how they do.
Let me drop them a DM with the lobby code in case they missed it earlier. Alright, so far, Deka has played, I believe, 2 matches on Happy Chaos, right? Let's see.
Ooh.
Or is it only 1? I thought that was 2. Oh, you know what? Oh, right. It's because the chart is still. Yeah, the previous week wasn't recorded, so Deka. This is the second time Deka is on Happy Chaos, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it seems to be that way. I was also trying to look at the data. It seems like before, because they only played Kai, they had been here a few times, but on Happy Chaos, we only have the last week's data so far, where they did win the set.
It's kind of mindfuck, because I could swear I remember Deka playing Happy Chaos more than once, but huh. Either way, so still trying to reach HDM. I hope they didn't forget.
Would be quite the anticlimactic end to the show today. But though granted, we have had some excellent gaming so far.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, whatever happens, I'm like, my you know, threshold for amazing Guilty Gear games for this week has been thoroughly satiated. So whatever happens here, I'm completely happy. From this point on, it's only a bonus.
Oh.
Right, well, we're gonna give them a couple of minutes.
Then it's taking a moment to just rest my voice a little bit. Hasn't been too intense of a program, maybe.
Yeah,
at least as far as my health is concerned.
It's pretty nutty coming out of that high that's been pretty much like most of the event, especially that previous set. And then the moment you sort of take a breather, it hits you. All the exhaustion of the hype. It do be crazy. One thing I've been sort of playing with the idea that maybe we should move back to, instead of having 7 games a week, back to the 6 games a week, for the sake of, you know, and not just for, you know, the commentators' stamina, but also for, you know, if you sort of start watching the event as a player and sort of are ready for last minute changes, you have to sort of stay on call for a very long time. So shortening that amount of time that you have to invest in a single event, we could make that a little easier to manage by moving from like 7 matchups per week to 6 matchups per week. But of course, I'm not sure. I should probably make like a poll out of that for the players, how they feel about it.
It's also, you know, the biggest difficult bit is just the fact, you know, obviously so many people have been signing up recently that, you know, it's always a shame to not be able to highlight as many players. Oh,
right.
HDM seems to be in, so we do have a match ready.
Gaming! Last one for the road. That rare treat of happy chaos. You know, a lot of players, I will say, a lot of players who sign up right into the I don't want to play against colon, the letters H and C. I guess with, you know, it's reasonable. Is a tricky character to play against. But as a result, we don't necessarily get to, you know, watch a lot of Happy Chaos matches, so here we go. Strong player on a semi-new character. Let's see how it goes. Alright, pull out the gun. Resources looking good. This is not looking good for HDM for this round. Even the curse still on them.
Yeah, being reset with a hard knockdown and curse, it's an unfortunate situation to be in, to say the least. Yeah, and already at full screen. Oh, the 2S cleaning out the attempted dolphin at the start.
Ooh, the claw swipe. 5k,
Are you able to get it with 3k?
Ooh, not close enough. Missing the throw.
Now it's HDM's turn to do some pressure, moving too fast for the reticle to catch in, managing to hit with a far slash, but the 6P finds a hit. Dekapact drops the combo, but going in for the cross-ups,
Oh no,
no
running out of
concentration. And yeah, this is HDM's chance to go in.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
yeah.
of where Happy Chaos is supposed to die if you mess up your resource management in that sort of high risk, high reward fashion that a lot of characters like Nago and him sort of.
Yeah, and HDM took full use of that and managed to get in and get the correct punishes to take the round. And now it's just trying to fish for that opportunity again. Dekapact here out of bullets, but uses the wall stop opportunity to reload a little bit. Still low on bullets. HDM sees this, goes for that vertical dolphin. Also, thank you JuxtAPoser for the raid.
Welcome, people. Hope you enjoyed that match as much as we did. That was hype ass shit trademark.
And speaking of, there goes Dekapact taking the first game of the set.
Yeah, even though HDM sort of managed to grasp momentum there earlier in the round, Deka had so many resources, a lot of, YRCs and bursts were on the table. It's hard to pressure your opponent when you're so scared of going back to neutral against this character.
Really solid far slash. The HDM was playing super burst safe there at the start. Actually got some really good sequences in, but just playing around the fact that Deka was yet to use their burst. Very difficult, and now being forced into the corner. Good Abare. But still getting kicked back in. That advancing 5k from Happy Chaos is such a pain to deal with. For the amount of pressure it lets you
Sort of
build up.
low on bullets here, so in the danger zone. Has to improvise using 100 meter for this pressure to get 3 bullets. But in the grand scale of things, you definitely will pay that 100 to... Oh.
Solid YRC. And the vertical dolphin finds the last hit and takes the round. Yeah, HDM has to be super patient, and they didn't get impatient. They just played it correctly, waited for Dekapact to not have resources, and went in.
And if
But
there's a
that
matchup,
said,
if there's a matchup where you need to play patient, it's definitely this one. The reticle tracking with the curse, straight into the shot. Dekapact has so much.
oh, good grab.
But again, the YRC
Emo.
baits it.
Very nice. Yeah, knowing that there's no other reversal option from Chaos, being able to do that. Oh no. Oof. The whiff grab.
But it's kind of nutty. Even when you drop stuff on Happy Chaos, even if you miss with normal, you still have your reticle locked up on them, and you can hold them still with a shot.
And that's the biggest thing, is being able to spending your resource to make everything you do just that little bit safer is super big on Happy Chaos.
Good backdash for Deka.
Solid conversion.
Reload the guns. Bang! And we ready to shoot once again. One more touch. Oh, waiting for the burst. The meta game of are they gonna burst or are they gonna not? The 2S hits the Dolphin startup, and now suddenly Deka in a very good position. Oh,
And-
that was so brave. That was so smart.
Using the red RC to kill the clone, and then the wave still hit Chaos. And they got a kill off of that. Really cool.
Big brain plays from HDM.
Oh, yeah. Now there's the Chaos situation here. When the curse is applied, it's so difficult to deal with. Deka's here just abusing the wall slump mechanics. HDM fighting the way in,
Nice whiff punish on
holding
the
for the
6B.
burst. Just being super respectful of the burst. Even after that 2S, not really going ahead right away, just waiting for Deka to show what they're doing. Oh no!
Oh, but the punish is not there! And Deka has to spend their own burst.
Oh, and the 3K gets the clone, but it's got such big recovery. The deck is just able to punish with
This
a gunshot.
This time HDM didn't have the 50 meter that they had last time when they touched the clone. Oh my god, all the shots missing, even with the curse on! I guess, speaking of RNG, there is a little bit of RNG for how the reticle tracks you. Alright. Field guns, break wall. Pretty good looking situation, however, HDM not out of options. Has their meter.
Still has the meter to go in. Yeah, put up pressure. Ooh, almost a solid whip punish.
Oh wow, that first with the 5P actually whiffed there. But the blue RC slowdown not giving HDM opportunity to retaliate. On the first look, it kind of looks like HDM is playing sort of sloppy and dropping a lot of combos, but this is like what playing smart and playing patient is about. Oh, they were looking for that burst.
HDM saw that the RC hit nothing and was just ready.
HDM realizes how destructive it is for, you know, Happy Chaos to score even a successful burst and putting them back to neutral. That's why they are playing like this. That's why they're sort of hanging there, not necessarily pressing a button, but exerting their, you know, menacing aura on Dekapact Happy Chaos. But this is completely a different kind of... Oh, finds 3K! And the side switch. Again, the age-old wisdom of all Chinese people. Don't break the wall unless you have 50 meter, and we've broken the most.
The
Sacred
most
of
ancient
rules.
of wisdoms, and now Dekapact, having gone back to neutral, has been able to apply the curse, and HDM is in hot water. Still, HDM has the... Yeah, that's what I was about to call out. The meter to Dolphin RC, but it was still not enough. Good spacing from Dekapact prevented that from being effective.
It's like really... It's like an experience ability that sort of applies only for this matchup. I guess other matchups as well, but sort of knowing when the wall has received damage and purposely dropping your combos instead of, you know, going too far into the combo where you can't abort the wall break anymore.
That was such an unfortunate trade for HDM, getting the hit on Deka with the 2S, but still getting hit by the gunshot, so it was absolutely an unfavorable trade for them. Deka still finds the hit in and closes it out.
that was crazy. That was Deka without any bullets there, like for 5 to 6 sevens at the end, but still pressing the situation, and that's kind of what you have to do. It's not like the opponent will let you reload for free if you run out of resources. They're gonna be coming up for you, and at that moment you gotta challenge, you gotta press your buttons. Nice corner carry. Playing it again, very burst safe and finishing it in a way that doesn't give Dekapact an easy burst out.
So solid first hit of the round from HDM. Oh, good call out on the 2D from Deka.
Right, dash blocking, the usual stuff.
Yeah.
Doing the thing that you can.
That's all he can do against the zoner, unfortunately.
Luckily...
Oh, the 2S finds a hit.
Oh, here we go. Is the burst gonna play a part in this? Accidental side swap, but that's what we were talking about. Even in combo drops, May gets there fairly fast with Dolphin.
Oh, the concentration super causes a lot of problems. That is very plus. And once again, oh no, the really delayed burst finds a hit in, and HDM, however, is still able to get the hit.
This is nutty technical. So it for if you don't understand the Chaos matchup too well, this might easily escape a lot of people, but HDM is waiting for their turn to advance. When Dekapact momentarily runs out of bullets and has to reload, that's the moment when HDM is dashing forward extra lot and sort of winning the real estate. That doesn't mean that you get to touch Happy Chaos, but it brings you closer to Happy Chaos, and you really gotta play this matchup slow like that sometimes.
Really interesting. That vertical dolphin, I think, was wanting to avoid the curse wall potentially, but it just barely got hit by it. But now Dekapact is at such low health, any hit will kill them. 6k finds its way in.
Good read there. It's when Happy Chaos runs, you know, out of bullets. Deka only had 1 bullet left there, so HDM was like, alright, I think you will not dare to frame trap me one more time, because that would be your last one. Alright, good roll. That HDM pushing the situation, gets the backdash, that was very dangerous.
Solid hit, grab back into the corner.
Oh,
And
there
another
we go.
baited YRC and a punish. HDM catching up 3-3.
And this is all because HDM is playing so slow. They're letting Dekapact have opportunities to YRC and kill themselves, burst and kill themselves, and even though, you know, it will lose you some momentum here and there, I think this is the right strategy for HMD. I want to say this is the most patient Mei play that I've ever seen in Strive.
Oh, really solid back there from Dekapact. Ended up forcing a burst out of HDM.
Again, the Dolphin gets there in time. The animals
For the burst
outsmarting
safe
the
route.
gun.
Oh, just barely gets hit by the burst. Cancels into the concentration super a bit too early, but still, HDM. Still, it gets put into this tough blocking situation. But there we go. Gets around.
And as good as Happy Chaos is, you know, he's very mechanical character, and even if you have a strong player playing on him, like nobody is perfect, nobody is a robot, unless you're like a Evo winner or something. So cashing out on those, you know, misjudgments, combo drops, stuff like that is super important against Happy Chaos.
Because that will always create new kind of organic gaps on a character for you to exploit, and that's also where your own strength as a player can be measured, is in your ability to look at these gaps and observe them and know how to punish them.
And for the first time, it's that thing, the momentum switch, that mystical thing. HDM coming back from, was it 2-game deficit? And now actually in the lead.
A 3k actually beating 5D on the reaction. HDM forcing the burst out of Deka. Now being able to get a solid conversion out. Air dashing, jump heavy, finding the wall break.
That was
Back to neutral.
probably hoping that the combo would have killed. But still, good follow-up on the wall break. The classic, the Dolphin. Wow, the shot misses once again. Especially when you pull out the gun, the couple of first frames are the most delicate ones. As well as the times when the opponent is moving around really fast, such as the Dolphin dives.
Both of these players kind of just having a mental battle, being very respectful. Dekapact needs to be very careful. The 6S finds the hit in, getting the curse applied now. But HDM runs out the timer on it.
Oh wow, the beach ball. A little too high angle, but finds the hit still. I'm surprised these two players have like sort of patience of a Buddha both at the same time. The double Zen, especially in the corner, especially when Dekapact's back is against the corner. Again, the Dolphin does the job, gets there in time, pushing Deka towards the danger zone.
Yeah, that 2S putting in a lot of work, reaches out so far. 2D though from Dekapact, finds a hit, and now converting into a curse application. The 3K doesn't reach in time, and HDM gets hit. Finds one. Playing it very burst safe. Yeah, Dekapact just did have the opportunity to burst there, unfortunately.
Oh, was in the air!
On the YRC just whiffs, but Dekapact is still out of it, still able to get a conversion off. Both of these players one interaction away from the win. Dekapact on the advantage on the block string.
Again,
gets it.
The happy chaos advantage, that 5D uncharged whips, but the gun is out, and it's gonna cover you. It's like, left hand, right hand, cover me, I'm going in. Again, good whiff punish on the 6P. Super stomp.
Good block on the cross up from HDM. Oh no, punishes. Putting themselves in the corner. Dekapact gets the punish, gets to go into the wall slump setup. This is dire.
Yeah, this is gonna loop all the way until eternity, until HDM. Oh, kind of lucky, I guess.
Yeah, I think that was the mess up. I think it was just Dekapact assuming the wall they would get the wall stick a bit later. But that has given HDM a chance to go and win after it's so dire.
Sort of predicting the wall damage is not exact science. Like, depending on the size of the cracks, we can only deduce, like, the damage range that the wall has taken, so...
Oh, solid 5D hit. The clash between 6P and 2P.
Gets the burst.
And now, so close.
What a prediction. That is kind of... risky go for the up dolphin, because Dekapact has at least once shown the ability to walk forward and make the up dolphin whiff and corner Mei player. Ooh, the 2D goes under the beach ball, but drops the combo, critical.
And I think that's just it. Yeah, HDM just gets the win off of it and moves on to set point. The momentum swing was just incredible, from having been behind to now being 3 points ahead.
It's so sudden, and it's like slowly HDM's playstyle has sort of shifted as they've been conditioning Dekapact, I feel like.
Realizing... I was saying this earlier when talking about just general zoner players, and Happy Chaos is in this kind of bizarre space where he can just kind of do a lot of things and do a lot of playstyles, but you know, when playing against any opponent, but people trying to zone especially, there's a certain rhythm that each person will be playing at, and I think if you're able to figure out your opponent's rhythm and they're not able to change it up often enough, you're just going to be able to get in off of kind of that feel. And I think that might be just what's been helping HDM a lot.
HDM is getting so much value after breaking the wall normally. They've been opting to just go for the dolphin every single time, and it's been uncontested. Alright, Deka hitting some pretty good damage, but paying with the resources as a result. Good 6P. This will go coast to coast. Looking for bullets. But just like that, they see HC out of bullets. This is the time to advance. And making Dekapact pay big time. And this is set point. This could be it. There we go. There's the challenge. The first one of the set after the wall break. But unfortunately, Deka wasn't able to convert that.
Oh, HCM puts himself in the corner, but just gets out on a dolphin again.
And there
and just
it
like
is.
that, takes the set very dominantly at the end. I think the momentum just paid off, and they just rode it. Riding the momentum and the dolphins.
Yeah, that was definitely a good showcase of what Mei as a character, what her unique things can do in this matchup that is considered for many characters not too great. Even for a character such as Mei that doesn't dash as fast as some other characters, I want to say, I think her dash is not super fast, but you know, having the access to kind of like a command dash in a way, a dolphin just does so much good against Happy Chaos.
Mm-hmm. Especially, you know, when you have the resources to invest into, again, stuff like to challenge the clone doing the dolphin into the RC, like we saw work and the wave hitting. There's really cool stuff off of that, so.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting to see the way that, and really interesting to see the way in which, HDM just played around that matchup. It was really interesting and it was really cool. Mm-hmm. Good set.
But it is still very early for Dekapact. This is the second time we've seen them on Happy Chaos, and the way is up. Sticking up with the character, gaining that matchup knowledge, gaining that experience with the character. This could very well be in the future a very, very difficult opponent to face for, you know, all of the competitors at that particular skill level in Bounty Hunters. All right, what an event that was. I feel like I say this a lot, but that was one of my favorite events I've casted in a long while.
Yeah, that was really sick. Such a good event. So many close matches. Everyone kind of bringing their A game to the table and just, you know, playing some good ass Guilty Gear. Like everyone that played today just brought their all to the table, and you'd love to see that.
Yeah. So if you, yes, you, the viewer, would love to play on one of these FT7 events as well, that is fully possible. We don't discriminate against regions or skill levels. In fact, Bounty Hunters FT7 has been one of the first public events for a lot of these newer players who are wanting to get their feet wet in the competitive scene, in not necessarily as, you know, gut-wrenching, nerve-wracking situations as, you know, double elimination brackets. So if you want to sign up, the Google Docs will be posted in a lot of Strive relevant EU Discords. If you're not sure which one to join, you can join mine. The info is on the screen at the moment. Or use this link, this works as well. And yeah, we're gonna find a player of your skill level, make up these nail-biter 7-6, 7-5, 7-4s, because we're so damn good at matching people against each other. Are we not? Anyway, that's all for us for now. We'll see you again next week. I'll send you guys to Striving for Progress, I think.
Yeah, that's happening right now. Yeah. Thank you everyone who came to watch and play today. It was such a good event. It cannot be understated.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, see you again next week. Till then, stay safe. Peace.
See ya.